Oh, the gain's a little low, just so I can get rid of white noise. So
Sure thing.
loud.
Loud and proud.
Yeah.
Out and happy. Yeah, man.
Very.
Oh my god. I'm really excited to see how this goes. This
What?
is going to be different for me. We'll come to it if it comes up.
Okay.
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 Let's see. Let's see if it comes up. I'm excited.
Is it Savage Dragon? Because I've been reading like.
Why?
No, it's a good reason
It's
why.
actually yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the people.
No, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean those are some intense sex scenes though.
Yeah. He really takes full advantage of the fact that he's independently published, I think.
I
Okay.
haven't seen anything that intense since what's that movie where like they bang in the subway in the rain? It's in that tunnel.
Is that Brown Bunny?
I think it's Brown Bunny.
I think
I
so.
have no clue.
Brown
no clue what
Bunny.
you're talking
So Brown Bunny's like really notorious movie.
about. Okay.
This French dude made an independent
Of course, it's a
movie.
French.
Yeah, fucking creeps.
Shower scenes are staple in French movies. Anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, yeah, he was kind of notorious for the fact that he wrote this movie
Uh huh.
about a couple who have a torrid, intense, like physical relationship.
Okay.
And the woman character in the movie is named after an American actress that he
Mhm.
was fond of, and he then cast that actress, and then they had what's the term, non-simulated sex in the
Okay.
movie a few times,
Yeah.
and he basically admitted afterwards, like, yeah, I wouldn't have made this movie if she said no.
Of course.
This whole thing,
Of course.
this is a flimsy excuse
Yeah.
to make this
No,
happen.
the moment he named the character after a specific.
Woman, and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotta wear this wig.
It won't work.
It's
You
how
have
many.
to- Go ahead.
I'm trying to not blaming the victim or anything. It's just one of those things. It's like how many red flags have to show up
Jesus
before
Christ.
everyone
And
says.
I feel so bad for that girl because
Yeah,
she afterwards
it's
was
horrible.
like, I said yes, and I like you got on set, and she was like, oh, this was
A mistake.
a mistake.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
made. Yeah, but Jesus Christ, it's the I think it's also part of that thing of like the French filmmaker. That's where Cannes happens, so they must know what they're. It's a stereotype that we allow to
Yeah, all French filmmakers
are legit.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was in black and white.
Yeah. So it's artsy.
Yeah.
Wait, then how'd you know it was a brown bunny?
That's a great question.
No, she's the brown bunny.
She's the brown
Oh,
bunny.
she's a brunette?
God.
Alright.
She's brown. Yeah, she is.
Okay.
I only know that from.
So, wow, not even. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I only
fine.
know about
Yeah.
that scene because like Crack Article made fun of it.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
That was like 20. I want to say 2010 when all the writers were still on there.
I mean, it was a different time, man. It was look,
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, a
was,
year ago. It was a different time.
Look, honestly, the last 2 years have felt
It's crazy.
so long.
It's actually kind of nuts.
I like.
Especially if you're following comedy websites,
Oh yeah.
like the whole AV Club
They're gonna-
being up for sale.
There's a, yeah.
Is
Oh my
yeah, that happened last week.
Last
Last week.
Mm.
That's nuts.
God.
And some writers left because they don't want to
Be a part of.
write for that. Like,
Yeah, and then cracked, and then they.
Well,
they got,
to be fair, one of the guys that quit, he was like, I have been here for like my entire writing career too, and I only did it because they let me write whatever the fuck I wanted.
And now this is.
Yeah. Now it's like, maybe it is a sign to move on to something else.
That makes sense. Who's acquired AV? Do we know?
I don't know if someone's acquired them yet or if they released it.
Oh,
Or maybe
okay.
I'm just not caught up with the news.
Okay, for sure.
It's gonna find out. What I might do is I might go back and read articles that I just like never got to,
Sure.
because I wasn't into AV Club as much as I was into Cracked.
Yeah. Same.
There was a period where I was reading all 3 Crack articles every day in like high school
I mean,
as they came out.
they.
Well, I would literally get home. That's my reading material. Like,
And you would sit down and
yeah,
yeah, same.
I mean,
that's how you learn to write jokes, Ian.
you
I still haven't figured it out.
Let me know when you do. Ian.
Yeah.
I've got the setup part, but I don't know what to do next.
And everyone tells me I can't be all set up.
It's
People can't fill in the gaps. Whatever.
look. I gave you everything you need.
Yeah. You make the joke.
You.
It's a two-way street.
I describe my writing process as the salad bar. I've laid it all out.
Yeah.
Assemble that. in some way.
It's like less going on than a choose your own adventure novel. Like,
oh yeah, it's
you just give them character names, descriptions.
Turn to page 5.
Turn to page 5. A woman? Just one phrase.
You ever gotten those choose your own adventure where it says turn the page slowly or quickly?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't.
I have.
They did it for the Goosebumps ones.
Yeah,
I remember the Goosebumps ones. I
Yeah.
really like.
that's really dumb.
Did you ever do this thing? Because I'm a little cheater and I hate it. Because I'd read one Goosebump Choose Your Own Adventure and I was so frustrated at how quickly I fucked it up and just had a terrible thing happen to me. I would stick my finger in parts of the book.
Oh,
So I
to
could
save
do
your
it.
spot?
Yeah, and I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll yeah.
Fucking coward.
Which is, it's cheating. That's absolutely
Yeah.
cheating.
Well, what I would do, so I would do that, but I would follow the thread all the way through, and then just go back to that decision. Or if I realize, oh, this is like a sort of the main thread,
Right.
and like the one with that'll go all the way to the end of the book,
Right.
I'll go back and go, okay, what's that one side thing that's gonna happen?
Cool.
Yeah, so it's basically the same way I play video games.
Okay.
You just funnel, and you try to figure out which one will lead to a dead end, just for like bonus stuff,
Okay.
and then you go on the main path.
Okay. For sure. I
So I
dig
used
that.
to do it.
I dig that.
I wrote a paper where I talked about choose your own adventure novels
What was your thesis?
for like 2 pages. It was the one where I wrote about video games as a storytelling medium, and I talked about how I got into the whole connection between the witness and the story, and I went, even with books, like the closest, there's still the physical act of turning a page that can, in theory, take someone out. And choose your own adventure novels kind of get around this by using the second person, trying to connect there, but still it's kind of weird, and you still don't imagine, you still aren't fully invested, like you're not. It's not that you're not invested. It's just that it does. At the end of the day, there is a level of removal, and you can get that feeling that it didn't actually matter you read the story, whereas I think video games can achieve that. And I had talked about with a professor about that, like, second person narration. And I think the ultimate goal of any second person narration is the character thinks something, and you're immediately you're thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you want that moment of synchronization, right?
Yeah.
Thing is, that's super fucking hard. Like, you would that would require like a ton of manipulation of the reader.
Yeah.
And still it won't hit 100% because people are just different.
Yeah, exactly. You have to kind of also have an expectation of who it is that's already gonna pick the book up.
Yeah.
I think someone would need like a really good grasp of maybe like psychology to manipulate someone on that level.
Yeah. You need to just be the the villain from Monster.
Yeah.
Gotta be a huge sociopath.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only way to be a writer.
It's absolutely true. I mean, I think about like when people tell me, honest, moving things. I have thought before. Oh, that's good. I'll write that down.
I had that too.
I have that with lines a lot, where I'm like, oh, that's a good line. I won't use it exactly, but I'm gonna try to figure out how to expand it. Like, can just go with.
For me, it's more visual, like mental notes of like stuff like people in the city or stuff like that. Like, oh, it's a good shot. That'd be a good shot for a movie, or this would be cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And just people watching too.
When you eavesdrop, and it's I say this as someone who like is on public transportation fairly often. It's barely eavesdropping because everyone talks really loud.
Yeah.
You hear such good as we've seen before with how spoiled Snoop Dogg is.
Oh my god.
But you hear like these nuggets of conversation, and what I think more than anything for me when I hear those is I'm inspired to sometimes flesh out what was that conversation that led up to that particular moment. I think about
the Ernest Hemingway of telling stories. Where you just get the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you go on a mountain? Did you go up a mountain and then realize you have
And
to
just berate your wife.
Just letting the air in.
That's how that story. Have you actually read it? Have you?
Hills Like White Elephants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did like most of it's just him calling his wife an idiot? Like,
Yeah.
Like in that story.
Was it established that his? I always assumed that they were like.
They were
having a
something.
thing.
Yeah.
They were just like having.
Either
thing.
way, they were in a relationship,
She was his brown bunny.
and he's like, you fucking moron.
Are you so fucking stupid?
Why are you holding my hand as I die in this existential?
But I also when you
Why
read
are you crying?
Did you get the? I got the impression that she's younger than him. Also.
Yes. No. It's very obvious.
It's an
that
older man with a younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, because he's the one always constantly giving the.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, he should have just married a skeleton. It's closer to his age.
Just a skeleton with a wig.
Isn't that right? This is my beautiful wife, Patty.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. That's
She doesn't talk much.
She doesn't talk much. Don't worry about
it. It's great. Is what they say.
Right, guys?
Skeletons aren't as moody. That's the thing.
She is filled with...
The story's good and all, man, but yeah.
Yeah.
He really lays it on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's that one, and I think one of Hemingway's most affecting stories was about the veteran who comes home, and that kind of exploration of post-traumatic stress before that was a thing.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, but back then it was called shell shock.
Shell shock.
Yeah.
The idea of shell shock, and this in a very Hemingway-esque way of writing, the man has like 4 lines that he actually speaks to his family.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of it is just a gut punch. Is his family realize that he's some kind of depressed? He's just not talking. He's barely eating.
Yeah.
And then at some point, his mother prompts him to pray with the family about there's some social situation in which prayer is called for.
Yeah.
And he explains, "I'm not going to do that." And it's your understanding. Oh, he has no faith. Anything.
Yeah, nothing.
It's not his
family or his country or God anymore. He's just scooped out human being. And but the last line is just no.
Yeah.
And it's such a succinct. Oh my god. Yeah, it's strong writing, guys.
Oh,
Anyway, turns out knows what he was doing.
See, if he had just made a choose your own adventure of his wife.
Yeah.
If you want to get on the train, turn to page 45 quickly.
I think you should turn and then it goes, "Oh, you were too slow."
To be continued.
I was gonna say. One other thing that's really groovy, I think, about the novelistic form, if we're going, I'm going everywhere today, so
Sure.
get ready for this.
Sure.
Is the kind of branching exploration, what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Is that a novel does allow you a little bit to really meander in a way that I don't think most other mediums. You don't have the time.
No, you can go at any pace you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And while there's definitely a limit, they do garner the privilege of taking you on whatever pace they decide to go.
Yeah.
However, that can sometimes feel jarring, either accidentally or purposefully.
Yeah.
Video games are a weird combination of both.
Yeah.
Because some you can meander, and some will just put a hard timer
Yeah.
on you, and it depends whatever they're trying to go for,
Right.
both in gameplay and story.
Well, like a game like Yakuza, that has a hard narrative, but you can kind of.
Oh, you can.
No, dude.
The best part of Yakuza is not the main story; it's everything else.
I agree, because the story literally takes up less than 25% of the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It's nuts. It's the story. It's good. It's not amazing or anything. Although they're really great with characters.
Yeah,
if anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just standard Yakuza. Like if you've watched Yakuza movies or maybe like any sort of Japanese drama, it's pretty similar to that kind of stuff. All the goofy and weird shit happens on the side, and it's fucking amazing. Although the main story has its good amount of goofy shit,
That's true.
Okay.
especially in like the earlier, like 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, when you kill
2 and 3 are fucking
punch
weird.
that tiger.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
See, oh no, we've talked about the trailer.
Yeah, we've talked.
Yeah. And then,
The best part of that trailer is that's distinct. That's the last of the entire thing.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to fight that fucking tiger in 60
That's
frames.
Yeah, because in 2, that's the Be My Baby.
Yes.
Mission with the, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I feel like we talked about Be My Baby.
I feel like I'll talk about it again.
I'll do it again.
Be My Baby is a mission where set up, and then you find this Yakuza guy, and he's in this club where these grown men dress up as babies and pretend to be babies, and like cribs and everything as hostesses pretend to be their moms taking care of them. And this weird form of sexual pleasure.
Weird, yeah.
And then Kiryu walks in, he's like, the fuck is this? And then they find the Yakuza guys, and the guy's like, hey, you're Kiryu, he's trying to murder you, as he's dressed up in a diaper and binky and
doesn't he pull out his pacifier? Like,
yeah, and then
you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's the line. Yo, you got a fucking problem. Judging us, and then you have to beat up the entire
the babies. You have to beat up all the babies.
You have to beat up the mafia members and gang members that are dressed as babies. It's fine because they're mafia gangs.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not beating them because they're degenerates in the eyes of Kiryu.
Hey man, it's a different time.
Oh, the remaster comes out in next month.
Yeah, lucky to whoever started the Yakuza series now, because now they're remastering.
Yeah, because now they're big and look really nice, and
dude,
they play well.
That's crazy to me, man. I remember when 4 came out, and it was so niche. It was so niche, yeah.
Well, it felt really niche, and that was the most popular one they had at the time.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, those games are amazing.
This is a slight segue, but I hope we have common ground to talk about it.
Okay.
So, when the movie Zootopia came out,
okay.
Do you remember the name of the singer who did an original song for it? And
she was the gazelle thing.
Shakira?
Yeah. Shakira, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So Shakira made an original music video with Disney.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
And so they played that beforehand. If you went to I went to the theater in the Grove.
Okay.
You know that really nice.
Yeah.
So they played the music video before the movie, and I was there with friends. And one of my friend's brother, and so we were all talking. We watched the movie, and then afterward we came out.
Something awoken inside of him.
Here's the thing.
Oh shit!
It wasn't even that. And I don't know. I try. Look, guys, I'm a cool guy. I try and respect and love people of all creeds and nations and different things. But I was a super not cool person in that situation because the brother was like, we were talking about the movie, how much we liked it, this and that. You know, what did you like? What was your favorite part?
Yeah.
Normal after movie stuff. And he was like, oh my god, those tigers though. That I was like, yeah, that was cool. The music video was cool. And then it turns out that he's like a full blown member of like a furry thing.
Oh, he's part of the furry community.
Yeah, he's a part of the furry community.
Okay.
And you know what? Fair play. I was not the cool person in that situation. I owe an apology because I was like, really though? I kept thinking he was doing a bit.
Yeah.
Because I had not. It had never come up. Fair enough, it had never come up. I kept giving him outs to be like, nah, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ, man.
And I felt really bad. I'm very sorry. If
you should. He's trying to be open about
his thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I think what did he say? There's going to be a convention this summer. I'm probably going to go. I can't wait to see all the tigers there. It's going to be really fun. I was like, okay. And I shit all over that guy's dreams. I feel super.
Ian committing hate crimes over here.
I'm so
He doesn't hate him.
I just am disgusted.
He doesn't hate him because clearly you forgot his name.
I did. Friend's brother, whatever her name is. But yeah,
to be fair, the fact that Zootopia isn't about the crack. Crackdown.
It's like a kind of half thought out race metaphor, but yeah, it's mostly about the crack epidemic. Yeah, have you guys watched it?
It works. Yeah. I think it works better as a race metaphor rather than the crack epidemic, the crackdown.
Yeah, I mean,
because it doesn't linger on that.
It has holes everywhere, but
yeah.
if you're gonna look at one for like, the idea being, kids, here's just a brief starter on how this can work.
Uh-huh.
I'd say that's successful. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. There's 10% of the population that people don't want their fucking kids near.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scene from the movie. That's a scene from the movie.
Furries, right?
Yeah, that's right. The furries. We have to fucking protect our kids. God damn it. Jesus Christ. And also that the whole city is segregated, which I had not thought of before.
Wait, really?
What is?
It's like the whole thing. They have the jungle zone. They have
the snow
zone
and the desert. And
they're called zones.
They're called zones.
They
should have called them districts.
There's where all the mice live.
Where all the mice who are Italians,
Although
guess?
I honestly don't know how you get around the mice problem, because you would need something to accommodate mice.
Yeah.
To live comfortably if they're sentient beings.
And we...
Or sapiens?
Settled on that the Zootopia only has mammals in it, right? There were no other, like, birds or fish or anything like that. Or
was there any birds?
I know, wasn't there fish? Like, did she go through a tunnel?
Yes, there are fish. There's a whole aquarium thing.
Okay, cool.
It's just a underwater world we don't know. They have their own problems.
They have their own thing.
Aquaman's dealing with it.
Yeah.
And Aqualad's like the vice
How do they deal with all the freaky creatures from like the deep? That show.
Oh, like anglerfish and shit.
Yeah.
Like the.
What happens when a whale washes up?
Then they have to be extradited back to the other.
Is it paperwork? How much bureaucracy?
Yeah.
Goes into.
We found another one.
Or do they just shove them back out?
No, see.
Do they have the technology to do that?
To be open-minded is if we put the whale in a jungle, right? Just throw him in the jungle.
Just throw him in the jungle.
Like nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere to
even
go.
Even if there was something big enough to hold him, like in water, it's fresh water.
It's fresh water. I'm dying slowly.
But we need like connection. You gotta...
Wait, could a whale survive? I'm trying to think. I imagine no, just because of the way their skin's built.
Yeah.
But like in theory, they breathe out. Like they just breathe air.
The only one I know of are they're South American dolphins, and they go from fresh to salt, but they go on the.
Well, there's a ton of fish that do that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Snakeheads do that.
Bull sharks.
Bull sharks. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if any like
salmon.
Salmon. Yes.
Yeah. Though it's not for long. They can't. It's not as hard of a switch.
But don't they like die right afterward? They go like yeah.
Well, no, they start at freshwater and then go to salt and come back at fresh.
That's right. Yeah.
So they're freshwater fish to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you shouldn't feel bad killing them, because like they're short.
If they're coming upstream, they're gonna die.
They're destined for death. Either way.
You're just making it quicker. Like that's all you're doing.
I'm helping nature right now, guys. Come on. I like to. I in the same way that I like to, eat the baby turtles when they come out of those holes. They're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, those tigers, man. Those tigers in those True Religion shorts.
To be fair, they're wearing just like short cut off shorts.
Oh, they're super. Like,
shorts, the jeans shorts.
The jorts.
Like I don't blame anyone for because to quote Jessica Rabbit here, they were just drawn that way.
They were just. You know what? You really are the voice of what we need to hear about cartoons. If
just sexualized
cartoons, it's not their fault. It's not. Toontown's going away.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That sucks.
It's gonna be a bummer.
And it's real because does that mean Roger Rabbit also?
It's gotta be right.
Fuck, that sucks.
That does suck. That ride's awesome.
Cause it's old, man.
It's the 80s, man. That's 30 years.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that.
Jesus
Christ. I was just at Disneyland a while ago, and I saw them erecting all the stuff for the Lucasfilm stuff.
Yeah.
What, is this gonna be Lucas's head?
It's just gonna be a giant George Lucas. Oh, come inside! I got.
He's gonna finally get his ride where you explore the midichlorian world.
That's right. Yeah, it's like poetry.
You find out? Did you hear about that? What he would have done for like his actual plans? for the new
79?
trilogy. Yeah.
What was it?
So he was gonna go into a small micro world into the midichlorians and find out there's a race inside the midichlorians that control all the power, and that's where it all comes from.
No!
I swear to you, Ian, this is all true, and you can look up the interview with him.
It's like
And he ends
poetry.
it with people would have hated it. So.
Yeah, you're right, George.
But I wanted to.
What I like that George Lucas at least
what a bullet.
has suddenly gained...
For anyone complaining out there, what a fucking bullet we done.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like the Rey Kylo
Yeah.
thing. You could have had fucking tiny wizards in blood.
No.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You know what? I do want to see that now. You say it.
That actually makes Last Jedi better because I'd rather watch that than the idea of giant little wizards and
Little wizards in your blood. Jeez, every time I say it, I feel like I'm slowly losing.
Yeah.
Shit, that reminds me. There's like an anime now about the human body.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. I've seen screenshots.
Cells at work.
Cells at work?
Yeah, it's like a what is it? A white cell and an antibody like team up like Osmosis Jones style and they gotta go through a human body. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard a lot of good things. It actually is pretty accurate too. Like all the research I heard was really good.
Oh, okay. So it's a fairly accurate representation of how your immune
Maybe it's
system
like to teach kids and be like,
I don't know, man. Some of those scenes.
I feel like
We'll teach them something.
or teenagers who are just like not going to health class, but they're always watching anime. So we
Gotta
can't.
meet
Yeah.
in the middle.
How are we gonna get? I feel the same way about like when I found out that a manga version of the Bible exists.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Do you ever read the comic book version?
of the Bible.
Yeah.
I did.
Action
actually.
Bible?
Yeah, because there's a big famous version of it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like a big yellow
Yeah.
Yeah.
comic.
I think my cousin had one.
I did read that, and I was surprised at how good I thought it was. I thought it was really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never read it.
It,
I just skimmed through it and it's all Jesus like going Super Saiyan.
oh yeah,
and looking
Jesus
uber buff.
freaks out.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Like
goes,
top heavy. Like
Jesus unleashes like Kaioken. He went Kaioken on Jesus. That's the thing.
And the whole scene with, I like Genesis just
Uh-huh.
because Genesis and Revelation are both the most esoteric.
Angel.
They get
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
allowed to kind of.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, I like that stuff. So like you have angels that are just balls of light and eyes
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
stuff in there, and then you also have like the stuff about
Yeah, Ezekiel's wheel.
Ezekiel's wheel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wheels within wheels.
Made of eyeballs.
Made of eyes and light.
Yeah.
And did you guys ever read? Well, a weird question. Stop. Did you guys ever read any of the pseudo-apocrypha? Any of those books that
No.
are like, adjacent to the Bible? Ever?
Once, and the only reason I did is because it was after I read Spawn. Because that's where a lot of it came from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Genesis, yeah, all the
Okay.
angels.
Yeah, for sure.
Give us Spawn.
No, that's a valid reason.
Oh my god, what's the name of the angel? It starts with an A.
Azazrael.
No. In Spawn.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck the Bible. Let's
Oh,
go with
okay.
it. It's not Vindicator, right?
Yeah, there's too many.
Is it Vindicator?
No, it's not Vindicator.
Is it the
That doesn't
Adjudicator?
start with an A.
Is it the Admonisher? Is there
the-
Punisher knockoff?
The
The Mafia.
Zombie 1.
Zombie
one.
Fuck.
Spawn the 4th. I remember
Spawn the
that.
4th. He wears a different colored jacket. But...
He wears the scarf. No. He's the one with the scarf and all the bullets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I when I think about Spawn, I just think about Neil Gaiman now.
Wait, did he write a Spawn?
He wrote characters for Spawn.
Oh, okay.
And
I was about to say, Ian, I'm gonna have to do some buying.
But he wrote issues. He wrote
He
issues.
did?
of Spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go buy them.
Yeah.
He did. Oh, did you find it?
There's like Omega Spawn, Night Spawn. You got Spawn Kane and Spider-Man Spawn, Lady Spawn. Hang on. There's angels. I remember Angela. I remember her.
All a Neil Gaiman character. He
Oh,
wrote
Angela?
Yeah, Angela, the Redeemer, Gabrielle.
Redeemer.
Redeemer.
Redeemer's the
Redeemer.
angel one I was trying to
Oh,
think.
this
Can I see what Redeemer looks
motherfucker
like?
right here. Look at this man.
He's got angel
You
wings.
take him You take him seriously. Look at that shit.
Jesus Christ! The giant cross.
Yeah.
The huge.
Crosses on your cross, yo. We got crosses We got like you flip him down. It's like Saint Peter, right? But no, look at this. Look, it's gonna kill him.
He's got like a full on like a hood
Yeah.
over his head. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Remember, Chris? He had crosses on his cross. And
Yeah.
his cape, shaped as a cross, was held by a cross.
What's the Redeemer's powers?
I think he's just an angel.
Oh, so angel powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want, Ian.
Whatever he fucking wants is what it...
Oh, he shoots fire
Oh, okay.
Okay,
from his hand. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
it's fair.
no, fine.
I guess it's supposed to be the flaming sword
Remember
of Damocles.
Yeah.
But
Remember Anti-Spawn?
who is Damocles? Why did he get a flaming sword? And why is an angel holding it?
Greek myth is Damocles, I think.
Oh, then maybe I'm just mixing both up.
Yeah, the flaming sword of the angel who guards the Garden of Eden, I remember.
Yeah.
But I don't remember his name. Sorry. Anti-Spawn?
But yeah, I never read the or maybe I've seen stories. Like, I'm not gonna do the whole Chris's life with religion type deal because that's just going along.
That's a lot. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's a lot to go into and
There's a lot
unpack.
to unpack.
But it was mostly Old Testament shit that I had read.
Oh, okay.
So I knew about like Jacob's Ladder.
The
God, who's the guy that brings in the two angels and is like to sodomy? It's Abraham. He's like, yo, you can't fuck him.
Please
You can
don't fuck these
have my
people.
daughters instead.
Sex my daughters.
And then his
instead.
daughters murder him.
Yeah.
Whoa, who knew that's how that was gonna end up?
Exactly. That's the story that also leads up to them getting a relative drunk because they think the world ended. So that they can, yeah. Bible's full of fun stuff, guys.
What's that guy who hated that village and like God's like, yo, go tell this village I'm coming. He's like, but if you don't get there in time, I'm gonna blow it up. And he's like, sick. I hope they all. I hate those fuckers. And then he gets there, and then like God's like, yo, you totally did. He's like, yeah, I guess.
I think that was Jonah.
That was Jonah.
That was Jonah. Yeah, because he was like not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
But
Jacob.
I kind of like
Jacob
how,
got like 3 blessings in his
He
lifetime.
needs so many blessings, man. Like,
I like how
And he was the guy that cheated Esau out of his blessing.
yeah, that's right. And isn't he also the one who tricked a man into marrying the wrong daughter?
Maybe. I don't remember that. Bit.
There's like a story. There's a story about in the Bible about like because in the Bible it's like slavery is fine for 7 to 14 years.
Yeah.
And then you have to stop.
stop it.
Yeah, stop it. And so this guy made a deal where he's like, you want to marry my daughter, you have to be my slave for 7 years. And he's
Okay.
like, okay. And he does he does it, and then because of Jewish gowns, he gets this woman to bed, takes off her clothes, is like, who the fuck? And he's like, oh, sorry, I dressed the wrong one. 7 more years of slavery. I do like the Old Testament. This just briefly. I like the Old Testament characters just because I think that in a Jewish upbringing, I relate to them way more because they're so passive aggressive constantly. They're such little bitches.
They're so good with their money, though.
They're so. The prophet in the Old Testament, Elisha,
Elijah.
he never died, and he got to just
Yeah.
to take it straight to heaven. He was also, and this never left my mind. He's such a good person in the Bible. Like they make a point to say he's so good he never had to die, and God was like, you get a free ride to heaven without ever experiencing death, and that's how great he's supposed to be. But also in that same story, he's like, young men mocked him for being bald.
Okay.
And then he summoned a bear to murder them. That shit's the best.
Did that bear get a free ticket?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right? Which means that God is fine with murdering people for making fun of your hair.
Listen, he didn't murder
years.
The bear didn't have to murder.
That's, you know what?
That's
That's true.
But only for 14 years, though. After you guys gotta stop
After
it.
you gotta cut it out.
Yeah.
Bears gotta we gotta.
We gotta limit it.
Maybe one bear.
Oh my god! Thank you for reminding me of that. That's a.
Hey, are bears controlled by God's will?
That's a great question.
If they do something, is it a sin? Do they?
I don't know
Oh,
if
here
this
we
is
go.
getting
The
off
thing with
Yeah.
animals is always murky, and it changes depending who you're asking.
This is absolutely true. So
Capybara
let's
is a fish.
let's kind of dig
Capybara
into
is
this.
a fish.
Capybara is
According to the Pope.
according to the Pope, because it spends most of its time in water.
In
Yeah.
water in South America, and then when they're
Has
trying
no fish.
fishing, and they keep scooping him up, and they're like, "Hey, can we just call him a fish so we can finish our job?" He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, whatever. I think they did the same thing for beavers. No,
They did, yeah.
they did.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Canadians. Yeah.
They just got in the way, man. That's the issue.
That means I can get beaver meat if I meet like some Catholic.
Yeah, guys. if
Capybara.
you- I mean, also in the area, like, I always forget when Lent is happening until I see everyone look like they're trying to ward off vampires.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it catches me off every time.
it
man.
always surprises me every time. But it's that, and it's also I remember it when McDonald's puts up their big flyers for filet of fish.
Yeah, that's also a good indicator.
That's a good indicator.
Uh-huh.
You always know
That's when they
it's
do the 2 filet-o-fish for like
like
$2
$2
or something. Yeah,
something.
2 for
Every-
$4 it might be.
2 for $4 every Friday.
They
They know their market. They know their market.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, you know, Ian.
Yeah, you forgot to buy fish this week, and you still have a fridge full of red meat.
I do. But I'm like a terrible Jew who I keep ice cream and meat in the same container.
You're not terrible.
I'm a
But you are, Jew.
I genuinely want to ask you this
Okay.
question, I don't know if you personally have a view on it or if you were taught a view on it.
Okay.
Because I know different people, different parts of like even sects of Christianity have opinions about animals' souls or their ability to like
Yeah.
transcend. Because when I was growing up, I was told, animals
Don't.
don't. They aren't like us. When they
That's
die,
what
they
it
just
always
die.
seemed to be for
Yeah.
whenever I saw people with it.
Okay.
Even like with Christian people I knew, that seemed to be the consensus. But that always bugged me because like, and there was a good amount of people that disagreed too with that. I guess good on them. But
Yeah, good for
it's but it's like, does that mean they live on an entire plane other than that? Because they were created by God, and and for fuck's sake, they're saved on Noah's boat, so like...
Right, exactly. So God clearly gives some fucks about the animals.
And he had to have made them because there was nothing, there was something.
And also, I feel like some people do have real bonding with animals. So, like, is that...
I think it just plays into the whole thing that we as humans have to be on top. Like, there's no...
Well, yeah, it's the same thing of, like, the church being really, really mad at the idea of a...
If we're getting out of theology here, I think this is...
eccentric view.
I think it's a much more selfish thing than people realize.
I don't know, because whatever Chris and I were taught, I mean, it was just whatever the Spanish taught the Aztecs.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Us. It was the God-fearing Catholic, right? Catholicism, and then it came here.
Sure, we went to Hispanic, like, it was mostly Hispanic community-driven Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Like, school and Catholic church.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
there's
God-fearing,
that
things
stuff.
like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of it stemmed to.
He's always around, man.
Oh, he's always watching. He's always watching.
That's why you gotta do it in the closet.
That's where I keep it.
That's just one weakness.
No, you know what it is, Nick? You know what it is? It's that Norm Macdonald bit from Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
Oh my god.
Where he's in the fucking room with they're waiting for I think it's like a hospital or something or some emergency.
Yeah.
And there's a kid next to him, like pizza face teenager with glasses.
Yeah.
And Norm Macdonald goes, so you're just starting to notice the girls, huh? Let me ask you a question. You started jacking off yet? Well, stop. It's gross. And you're the only one who does it. And it's filthy. He just starts laughing himself. It's so fucking hilarious.
Oh, fuck. Norm Macdonald is like a comedian's comedian.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who can explain a joke and it gets better.
Yeah, and it just gets better.
It's so... You know his joke about the Jewish League? that I always
Oh
love.
my God,
You
yeah.
remember that one?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Where he's like, I think it kind of goes like, it was a lawsuit between Hasidic Jews and Orthodox Jews,
Okay.
and one side saying you're not really Jewish,
Yeah.
basically, because you're doing it wrong.
Uh-huh.
And he then said, the Hasidic Jewish League then responded with a strongly worded letter that explained that Judaism is not merely a series of traditions, it is a series of traditions, ancient and rich culture, and also an understanding that our one Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ. And I don't know why that punchline destroyed me inside. I loved it so much. What episode is this?
I forget what episode. We have both seasons.
Yeah.
Did season 3 finish?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm so glad they got picked up for a third season, by the way. They completely deserve it.
They absolutely do.
That show is so designed for me. It's just like it's nuts.
Because it seems to kind of revel in the idea of if you think you know what's about to happen, well, we're gonna do this.
The whole Cormac McCarthy is so weird. First of all, I don't know how many people knew who Cormac McCarthy was, or that he wrote The Road, and that The Road is based off a book.
Yeah.
Or that most of his stuff is about like just old cowboys in modern settings.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like he's on a ranch and they're trying to find, and I think he ends up being, no, it's either him or his helper ends up being like a centaur, or Cormac McCarthy's a centaur.
Oh yeah.
That's just fucking great.
What was that island? Sorry, what was the island episode where they find out
he's fucking the animals? God damn it! Oh my god! And then he made horrible human-animal hybrids.
To make it okay.
Okay.
The bestiality's wrong, but if I make hybrids,
I have to raise them. They're mine. It's that one. I think the one that destroyed my brain was it's the first like half of the episode is just the mystery they have to solve is a married couple who's very strained because the husband's father is slowly getting dementia and it's ruining their relationship.
Okay.
So classic comedy. And his form of dementia is that he believes that he's become more and more convinced that the Yeti is real.
Okay.
And they think that he's going to hurt himself out in this cabin during a blizzard trying to find it.
Uh-huh.
Then it turns out the Yeti's real. Then the Yeti murders that old man.
Yeah.
Then when they're like, oh my god, he was right the whole time, and they're starting to feel bad about, deciding that he was a demented old man for believing in it. They then realize that his cabin has a secret room full of Nazi memorabilia, and he was a Nazi the whole time. It has nothing to do with anything.
It's just there so you don't feel bad. This old man was weird.
No, he was a Nazi. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. So, what have you been watching, man?
All right. Yeah, welcome to episode 22?
22? Yeah.
Because 24 is September.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 45 minutes in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the longest one. Then. That's the longest one to.
No, we were on a roll, man.
Yeah. We still got to talk about Fully Cooley. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to talk about Fully Cooley, so we'll probably make this one only about 2 hours.
Okay.
So we should probably just get right into what we've all been up to.
Okay, great.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
I
go.
thought you were.
No, this means I go first.
Oh, okay.
You point to yourself. I go first, and then put.
Yeah, this is no. This is no goes.
No.
Not it. Like,
This is no. This is yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
those goes like not
Okay.
Yes.
What have I been up to? I mean, the stream has been taking up a lot of time on my personal line
Yeah.
because I'm the guy that sets up everything and also some off-screen like stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to get done. That's been going on. Work, a lot of work. In terms of, have I watched anything of interest, man? I mean, fully clothed is probably the big thing. And we'll get into all of that later. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see. I saw Sorry to Bother You. So I want to talk about Sorry to Bother You.
Okay, great.
So let me write a timestamp here real quick.
Go ahead.
Where's the pencil? Yeah.
I also watched Sorry to Bother You with them.
I'm bursting at the seams to talk about Sorry to Bother You.
Think it's okay if I brought one of these?
Yeah, sure.
Because I wanna talk spoiler stuff. I want to get into it.
Oh yeah, because you watched it. I remember when we talked about it, you did at the time.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But I saw it, and let's just start about like general. Can we start with general impressions?
Hang on, I'm gonna do something first.
Okay.
I'm marking down spoiler time.
Yeah.
You're gonna, and I'll come back and record something and go, okay, cut to this time.
Okay.
So spoiler starts at about 46 minutes. Spoilers starting now for Sorry to Bother You. If you want to avoid them, head to the 1 hour and 42 minute mark. That movie's really good. Go see it. Okay.
Equisapiens, right?
Yeah, so I'll put something that says spoiler starts now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie goes places.
It goes a lot of places.
I don't use the word brave lightly.
Oh no,
I genuinely do mean it though.
This film's brave, man.
This is an actual risk. I'm actually very surprised.
Yeah.
No, I was telling Nick, like, as I'm watching this, and I go, I can't believe this got into every theater. Like, It wasn't done on like a circuit, or the fact that it was commercialized to an extent. Granted, it didn't get the biggest theaters in a lot of stuff. In fact, the theater we went to was in like their smallest one.
Yeah.
And it was like opening weekend. But there was a good amount of people in there.
Yeah.
And we were all just having a weird trip.
It's a trippy movie.
Yeah, because people go into it, and we went into it. Nick knew nothing. Nick didn't even know the fucking title of this thing
until that day.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I want to watch that movie, and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ant-Man and Wasp was right there. like, oh no, we'll watch this. And it cost way less, but
it was cheaper.
Yeah, and all I knew is it was a comedy. Like, that's all I knew.
It's so much more though, man.
It is. At its basis, it's a comedy, but it goes so much farther.
It's so much. It has commentary on politics, economics, race.
It's such an
capitalism.
It's such an anti-capitalist, like. It's
incredibly. Did you happen to catch?
But yeah, the like not only advocating for social movements, but also addressing some of the hypocrisies found in those movements if you follow the wrong people. Just all these really specific arguments and details that are coming out,
and it makes them really succinctly, I think.
Yeah. I knew exactly what his point was, like, the entire time.
Yeah. I think it's just
which is nuts in that movie because it gets so off the walls, like, it really like does. Later on.
Yeah.
It's baffling to me that someone could so clearly articulate so many different related thoughts.
Yeah.
Because the movie has, I'd say, more than just one point. It makes 5 or 6 really solid points. Maybe more, but let's rip this thing apart. Come on.
And like I said, this movie starts, or at least the commercials I saw for it, or trailers, made it just seem like a comedy that was addressing this specific issue of, they call it the white voice in there, and some people have that where they just tone down their race around people to make them more comfortable or to get further
homogenize themselves to do that.
And it's even people who aren't fully, which the main character is, even people who aren't like just like stereotypes. They're not acting like stereotypes. They're not like, you can't look at them and go, oh, that's where stereotypes at.
Right.
Even then, people anyone
can only see
who is not white, has to do that. Like,
Well, because cash is a deeply interesting, complicated.
Cash is green. Yeah,
Cash is green.
Yeah.
On the nose, but
super on the nose, but I think it's fine.
yeah.
I got used to it after.
Yeah, because they do say it
All
a
the
few
time.
times.
they say it all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Like,
cash is green.
Cash is green.
But like Cash is green. God, he has very deep existential.
Oh yeah, his whole thing was too real to me. Like at the
Oh, it felt very much like you. Yeah,
Sun
yeah.
exploding.
The sun exploding, consuming us all, and nothing matters.
It's all inevitable. What about people after? Is there people after? Should I even worry about people after? Like,
Those are dicks.
I think I even went to Naked. I turned to Naked Movie Theater and went, I can't. This is this is getting a little too close to me.
Close to the bone, guys.
Yeah. So I've said some of the phrases he said.
Oh,
before,
yeah,
and
totally.
that's. I'm just a character, man. And
Some of the stuff I was really, I don't know. Let's try and go in order.
Yeah, because it's very tough. There's a lot of stuff.
I mean, because
It's a really dense movie.
it's so packed.
Yeah.
It's every single moment.
No.
I mean, the whole thing about. What about what was the company called? Easy Living or No Worry?
No worries.
No Worries.
They should just call it like No Worries Co. or something.
No Worries Company. Yeah. And this idea that the Silicon Valley crowd could market slavery.
Yeah.
And people would choose it.
People would worship it.
Would love that idea.
Yeah. There's literal worshiping going on when it's actually revealed what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And this idea of Army Hammer. I think Army Hammer representing like the corrupting force of capitalism as it's a lifetime contract, but look how good they're getting it. You know, such and such and such, and we don't even have to pay him.
Just coming back full circle, like history sort of repeating itself. It's just a different form now.
Yeah.
And just justifying it. Somehow.
Yeah.
It's that line from Terry Crews at the beginning of the thing going, I don't know, man, 3 hot meals and a roof.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. And to some people in incredibly struggling situations, it does sound good.
Well, I think that was a commentary on how that's how a lot of petty crimes start, because you would have people like, well, I'd rather at least have a roof over my head in a cell, at least, have guaranteed safety than on the street.
That's an actual problem. There's a huge thing of people who just either it's an existential thing, they don't know what to do with their lives anymore because there's a very lack of programs to help people who have served their dues integrate back into society. Although we've been getting better about that. It's still shit, but we're getting better.
There's been a start of new programs to invest more money within, at least in California. I know there's more investment now for these programs, which I did like.
Well, that's great.
I gotta look more into it, but Homeboy products are doing it pretty big. They have that deal with Ralph's now, and they've had it for a long time.
I'm not familiar with Homeboy.
Apparently, so I don't know too much, so I can be completely wrong and completely justified in this.
Go ahead.
What they do is they take ex-convicts and they basically teach them how to cook, and they become chefs and learn how to make food. I don't know if it's pure industrialized version of it where they mass produce tortilla chips and salsas that they make, which are really good. I want to say most of them do learn to become chefs like that. Yeah, I would have to look more into it, so I'm not gonna get on my high horse here and everybody should support it.
So I forgot the exact name of the program, but you know how if people use Humble Bundle, you can choose a charity you can put money through.
Right.
They have a list of 300, over 300.
Yeah, Humble Bundle is really great.
So one of them I really like is Los Angeles County. As I said, they invested more programs to help people who are coming who served their dues back into the working force. And I forgot the name of it. Yeah, but essentially it's a charity, gives money for new suits, to hire people to build resumes and housing. At least learn not to make bad investment choices, because a lot of it is just people who just made bad investment choices or
I mean,
this
there's
time.
so much about that is that it's just no support system for people, and it's a.
And this is all ignoring the other fucked up shit about the
Oh.
jail system.
Yeah, man.
We're just focusing on a very small aspect of it,
We're not.
but a very important one too.
We're not touching on privatized jails because that's a whole other fucking thing to unpack. But a lot to unpack.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, no, but for sure that's not part of. Well, that's just part of the movie. Is like, you know, like 3 meals is better than.
Than having constant, you know, threat of having what you have taken away from you.
And we've talked about this. This is a legitimate concern with a lot of people in that, yeah, I have my morals and everything and my standards, but fuck, man, I'm already stuck in this machine. I have to eat. I have to support my family some way. Yeah. So some things have to be compromised.
And, I mean, Boots Riley, writer-director, has consistently said, like, well, you know, it's not a free market. It's like 4 corporations that run everything, and if you don't like it, well, then they can own you. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe not in a direct, like, how slavery works, but is it that different? If you can have your house and your job threatened by a handful of people who have crazy money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, nowadays it's just called unpaid internships.
Yeah, absolutely. Unpaid internships are rampant, and
no, sorry, in business you would just have to hide it enough and by enough jargon that it becomes excusable.
Yeah. And all the benefits that come with unpaid internships, like, oh, well, don't worry, man, this is your gateway into the job.
Exposure bucks.
Exposure bucks, dude.
Experience.
Exposure bucks has been like my favorite term ever since the best friends like came up with it.
It's really good.
It's such a good fucking term. But yeah, man, you're gonna work for just all you gotta do, like 1 or 2 years free, free. Just
free
work for
labor.
it, free labor, and then you'll get an interview, and hopefully you'll get that. Hopefully you'll get a job that pays a little bit more than minimum wage, but you'll be doing what you like to be doing. Right?
Hey, right?
So I was gonna say, to go back to the movie, because this all actually does connect to the movie. When I read about being anti-capitalism, I know that there's definitely a lot of criticism. I don't know if it's entirely against the idea, rather just how it's practiced here in the U.S. But well, at least that's just what I took away from the movie.
I would say that Boots is pretty flatly anti-capitalist, just from
stuff I've seen.
I was watching him on. He did an interview recently, and so he was brought on. Boots Riley, writer, director, musician. He then immediately breaks in, and I'm a communist. So I feel like that's
so good. No, we need to know where the ground's at.
Yeah. So that's where he's at. And I mean, so much of the film is about labor organization and unionization, and having autonomy and the workers' rights and things like that. So that makes sense for a communist. Yeah, totally. What did you guys? Let's take a look at characters individually.
Okay.
How do you feel about Glenn? I know that's not his name.
Yeah.
How
I just called him Stephen Yoon. I forgot what it is.
Yeah.
That always sucks, man. When an actor becomes bigger than.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's great in the sense that that's how you become famous and get all these jobs in it. But it sucks in that I can get out of the movie and just say, "Oh, that's Stephen Yoon. He's got to act." So.
Yeah.
What do I think about his character?
What do I think about his character within the context of the film? What do you think he's kind of playing at? Because I don't know. I have theories about what he is for the film, but what do you guys think about Stephen?
So he's definitely the one who. So let's see what he does. He organizes the union.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed he's part of the Left Eye?
Yeah, he's a part of like this.
Because I know Cassius's girlfriend. I forget her name too. She's such a good. She played her role so well.
She's an amazing actress, and I'll come back to her.
Maybe because they didn't say her name like Cassius Green all the
they didn't repeat her name over and over. But she's an artist who wears her own earrings.
Yeah. So Steven's character organizes the union, and it's working. That's the deal. like it actually makes news and people start supporting it. It's not a widespread thing, but it's there and it has started to work.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me, so what I sort of get at for him is he's the actual, like he's the actual person who is making the small change happen, and realizes that, or has come to the conclusion that we need to work at this level because this is everything in our power right now, and we have to garner more power in order to keep fighting against it, or at least take away their power to equal footing, if that makes any sense. But I think he's going along the lines of, no, small unions do work.
Mm-hmm.
Like in small organization, this does work, and this is the mentality that it sort of comes from.
I absolutely agree.
So I want to say he's a more positive kind of like, this is sort of an example that they're giving that should be followed. At least that's the message I'm trying to get from that.
No, I'd agree with that. I think that Stephen Ewan's character is...
He was great in it.
He was excellent. And
everyone is like fucking good in this movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like there was no one I went, oh, okay. Like
no one's phoning that in.
Yeah.
Everyone is on their A.
Mm-hmm.
Even Patton Oswalt.
Even Patton Oswalt.
Oh, especially Patton Oswalt and David Cross. You know?
This motherfucker over here. It's so fun to listen to them talk.
I mean, Donald Glover.
Oh my god, yeah, Danny Glover. With his white voice was fantastic. It was really funny. I really liked the visual device of having the desk drop into people's space.
Oh, the set pieces and all that visual work is so cool.
It's so fantastic.
It's everything. Oh man, it's the scene with him on the toilet, like with
Talking
the Japanese
man,
and he presses the bidet button. Like it's fucking. All of it's gold to me.
It's such a tight, like you said, dense. It's it's tight with meaning and comedy. And it's infuriating, man.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing with the old lady, but you gotta stick to the script no matter what. Like, no matter how dehumanizing, no matter how shitty it is.
And I mean that is also like I think a callback to the idea of what the mentality of the capitalistic society is. You stick to the script.
Yeah.
Don't
deviate. No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
No matter what.
And it's supposed to give that thing of, no, these people have faces.
Mm-hmm.
You like, it's easy when when there's so much disconnect from the other end who you're selling to.
Yeah.
But when you see them and just get their actual reactions or realize they're human beings with stories.
Yeah.
It makes it all the more real. But at the same time, Cassius is still able to move on from that, which is why I think that old lady scene is so good. And that, no, there's this thing where even if you do know, it doesn't matter. Like the people don't care.
Yeah.
And it does. There's no excuse anymore. There's no excuse for, I've never seen them, so they're not human to me.
Right.
No, once you realize they're humans, people still do it. Like, and it's awful.
And there's this expectation that you have to shut off a part of your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so much of that movie is about...
It's essentially Cassius selling his soul. Like, how far will he sell his soul?
How much are you worth?
Yeah.
I mean...
What's your price?
Gunpowder, manpower.
Yeah.
Do you mean slaves? That's right.
But here's the starting income.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to give me a new... Yeah, it's such a... Oh my god. Oh my god. So, I want to talk a little bit...
And the only time he doesn't sell out is when it affects him.
Yeah, that's right.
The moment it becomes about selling his own body.
Can we talk about that a little bit? I know that's out of order, but I kind of want to...
Well, no, you want to go back to the characters real quick?
Yeah.
Let's do that. So let's go with...
his friend.
Which one?
The guy.
Oh, the guy who's like kind of sloppy? Yeah, I like that guy.
Oh, he's great.
He's
Oh, dude, the whole scene where they're arguing in the middle of the street and like complimenting each other.
One-upping these.
Yeah.
Really.
So here's where I get to the real petty bit. I was like, I made a sketch in high school for something that was eerily similar to that, where It's definitely not the same thing. I'm not saying he stole my idea because there's no fucking way.
He watched you.
I'm nobody. Like, it's a sketch where there's this guy on a podium. He's giving a speech. I didn't know what the speech was going to be, but the whole premise is that there's a heckler in the audience. But instead of heckling and saying or trying to make fun of the person, he fucking agrees with everything the guy's saying and is just but has too much energy and is like, oh, that's fucking great, oh my god, a genius among our generation. And this guy, I'm gonna go on to the speech, and then someone will be on their phone in the back and the guy will get up and go, hey, shut the fuck up, my man's here trying to spread the word and you're up there. It's fine, ma'am. You know.
Really, okay.
Yeah. No, you're okay with that. You're okay with that.
No.
Then you know what? I'm okay with that. Then I'm fine. And you're good. And it would be like that for 5 minutes because I just love the idea.
Of aggressively agreeing.
Yeah, that's what that scene reminded me of so much. And it's so fucking good.
That's a really good scene.
The best part is when they get to a plateau and they have nowhere else to go, and then they keep going.
Yeah.
That's where I think the funniest bits come from.
It's really amazing.
Because you know what's going on, everyone knows what's going on, and it's going nowhere.
Yeah.
But they're so enraptured in the thing that they keep going.
And then they give you like these brief shots of like Danny Glover, other characters.
Yeah.
Who are just like, are they gonna keep doing it?
Like everyone, eventually, I think Danny Glover goes, "This is stupid." Like, let's. Try.
Oh yeah, he's exhausted. So I kind of want to. Talk about Tessa Thompson, and then we'll talk a little bit about the other characters. But so Tessa Thompson, she's also like she's a true believer in the cause.
Yes.
She has her morals and she sticks to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except she has a white voice.
She has a white voice.
And uses it for art shows to network.
So.
And in fact, do make her presentation seem like it has more levity.
Okay, you answered the question I was going to ask was, do you think that, yeah, you actually answered it. I was going to say, so she is therefore acknowledging that she cannot have the same impact if she uses her own voice to communicate this message that she
can only go
believes
so far.
Yeah.
When it comes to selling, she needs that white voice.
She needs the white voice.
And it was, at first I was like, is she just doing your British accent? Because that's already going into messages. And I looked it up. No, it's
Kate Blanchett.
Literally, Kate Blanchett is her white voice.
Yeah.
And it's labeled in the credits as her white voice.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
So it's completely supposed to be that. Like,
yeah.
Like, even in the art world, even for true believers, there's this compromise that someone has to make.
You have to give it because...
No one actually wants to hear your true voice. They want to hear some, like, gussied up version of it that's pleasing to them.
Mm-hmm. And you can use that to, subtly slip in this truth that you need to get out, but you have to make it somewhat palatable to these people.
And it sucks.
It sucks.
It
super fucking sucks.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Because so much of the film... for Cash and for every other character, white voice is an erasing. Mm-hmm. It is slowly taking them. Like, there's a scene where Cash wakes up next to Tessa Thompson.
And he's automatically doing the voice.
And he's just automatically doing white voice. And it just bums her out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't even think about it anymore. So that's a problem, Cash.
Yeah. It's losing himself into that.
And then...
It's no longer becoming a mask. It's becoming part of him.
A part of him. And then you have his supervisor, who has no identity anymore, who is not allowed to even be a person. Like, the film censors his name.
Yeah.
And and I was reading that as, oh, he's been doing white voice so long, he doesn't even know who he is anymore.
Okay.
He has so thoroughly pushed himself into this false identity to succeed. He's not a him anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a place. He's whatever Armie Hammer wants him to be. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so heartbreaking when he does that shitty rap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And...
Man, that rap's great. That No, me and Nick were talking about it. Like, that scene's great.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that scene's amazing.
yeah.
I mean, and that scene also has commentary in it.
Uh-huh.
It's like the room full of white people
Uh-huh.
shouting that word.
It's literally dance monkey dance. Like,
It
and
is-
do the one thing we know about black people.
And it's giving these white people an excuse to do something that is subversive to them.
Yeah.
It's fun. He's saying it.
Yeah.
So I get to mimic this back
And
to
to
him.
mimic it, we're on equal level.
It's all fine.
But at the same time, he's always lower. He
has to acquiesce. He has to obey
Mhm.
in this way. And then that's why it's so powerful when he actually has his one line of dialogue that's not dubbed over by Patton.
Oh, it's so...
And
like-
it's so heartbreaking to watch that scene, man. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of my takeaway. That the white voice eventually destroys who you are, your identity.
Yeah.
It's a robbing of your identity because.
So that's how you read the scene, like, because that's how I read him losing the Patton Oswalt voice, is him seeing Cassius do that.
That was his one moment.
And fully hitting him like, oh yeah.
I've robbed you
Yeah.
of your humanity, man.
Yeah. I've sold you.
Yeah.
Like,
I've sold you, and I've done what I did to. Presumably, he did to himself, and/or had someone else do to him.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah. Yeah. And that's so impactful and so wonderfully done. Yeah.
The cinematography, the shots were really cool.
Oh,
all the cinematography is fucking amazing, dude.
One of the things I liked was just how bland the office was, but in the manager's office, how bright it was.
Yeah.
It was like, because that's where his life elevates, is in the room when they tell him he's promoted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And that I also like that all the workers in the what's the term, gold member.
Oh yeah, or something.
The fucking elevator voice. She's like,
I hope you didn't
Rosario
jerk off
Dawson.
today.
Yeah. Rosario. That's Rosario Dawson, by the way.
Is that Rosario
Yeah.
Dawson?
oh wow.
Oh, I just want to grasp that big brain of yours and caress it. Just take all the ideas.
Does that play every time I get in the elevator?
It's such a good fucking movie.
It's-
like,
Which does make sense, because the whole idea of I worked so hard, therefore it's kind of like it's in, what is it? Shoot. No, it's like, because like he's moving up in the world, so it's like the way they react to him succeeding, like, oh yeah, man, you're successful. That's fucking hot. Like,
Yeah.
fucking,
yeah.
like it's his reward, right?
It's
that, and it shows what everyone else's value
His
is.
values, yeah.
Not just Cassius. Everyone else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the ultimate. To the point where it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
You're automatically attractive. You're automatically like
powerful. You're
yeah.
desirable. I mean, I think that the movie does, at least in my reading, I'll say, it had one of the other comments on this capitalistic structure of power dynamic is your value is always compared to other people's value.
Mm-hmm.
You are only so good as the person
Next to you. Mm-hmm.
And where you rank, and everyone ranks.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. Someone must go low for you to go high. You can only succeed on the failure of others, ultimately. Because Cash's success is kind of at the expense of other people.
Oh, it's all at the expense of
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
The very fact that he moves up like hinders the unions and like their movements. You every time you walked into that building, it's stepping on everyone going through, literally getting beaten.
Yeah.
Like as they go through.
Yeah, literally. Who else do we want to talk about before we press on to the weird bits? I guess we could talk about Armie Hammer.
He's the corporate head, right?
He's the
I always forget it's Armie Hammer.
Yeah, it's Armie Hammer.
He's so supposed to be like Elon Musk and Steve
Oh my
Jobs.
god, I'm so glad you said that! I'm
Yeah.
so glad you said that!
No, it's not even. So, yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
That was the whole point, because he's the guy who plays Satan's second son and Reaper.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's also true. Holy
I
shit, Nick.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the second son.
Holy shit, I totally forgot. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The younger son or the older?
I forget, but he's the guy that goes, man, can't you just do it for me? Can't you just kill someone, get someone's soul in there?
Because he's a spoiled son. I remember
Yeah.
that. Like he was a spoiled character.
Yeah.
I really like this character. But no, in this movie he was.
No, Armie Hammer's great.
He was so evil. He was
So hateful.
so hateful. Yeah.
And I don't know. What he does really well, I think, is he pulls off the facade of full ignorance.
Yeah.
Because the only way that someone gets that far, I think, is by constantly pretending they know less than they have to know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh no, that was just cocaine.
Hmm.
Oh no, I mean, like, right? Horses are cool. Like,
Yeah.
clearly, every part of his performance.
And it's the only way that kind of mask is the only way to get people to even like you when you're going up that ladder and when you're doing all these horrible things.
Yeah.
And that no, he's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, we acknowledge he's smart, but people aren't acknowledging how actually manipulative and smart and just evil he actually is, and that this guy is just part of it just to garner this public image.
Yeah, you really gotta be a bit of a sociopath to be at that level.
Oh no, you have to be.
I mean, most corporate CEOs are
Yeah.
psychopaths or sociopaths.
Because you can't view humans as human. You have to view them as numbers
As
or
product.
yeah, as something non-human.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ! And his whole segment where they play the animation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's so bizarre and but it is really. It's both scary and funny.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
because him. That's clearly Olive. What are you talking about? Do you still have to go to the bathroom? I think I just pissed all over myself. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Now, if you watched the cartoon, you would have known everything was cool.
God, when you first see that in the restroom, that was so scary.
Fuck, man. Again, I feel like that's another example of how that felt brave to me.
Yeah.
Just not just how horrifying that is.
Yeah.
Which it is intensely, but also just people don't put dicks in movies very much, and that was a terrifying. Terrifying.
Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been.
It could have been actual size.
Yeah, it could have been actual horse.
Because it was a humans.
It was
Yeah.
a human hybrid.
Granted, it was huge. Really huge.
And I do like that was the selling point for him.
Yeah.
He's like, look, you just think about it. You'll get to be. We'll pay you. It was like
$100 million.
$1,000,000 for 5.
Which, by the way, I want to talk about why it's great they show the number. But yeah, go ahead.
And then he's like, and also you're gonna get a horse dick.
Yeah, that's like
Why?
So the reason I think it's great they show the number is because you never see a number of what he's actually making in throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. You're just getting these now he's at this level of wealth by just stuff surrounded by him.
Yeah.
And so because the number doesn't matter, you just know it's enough to make him elevated status, right?
Yeah.
All you have to know is it's a lot.
Yeah.
And now that this point where they show you the number, by the way, and it has smiley faces is fucking great.
Yeah.
You see the number because you go, no, even this isn't enough.
No.
Now it's off the plate, and them showing the number totally gets rid of the weight of it.
Yeah.
And just makes it seem like, no, it's ridiculous you're giving me a number either way.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to just take away all that power of seeing a note, that trope of character going, well, shit, I'm gonna need to buy a boat, type deal.
Absolutely.
I think it's brilliant, but
I agree. And then it also recontextualizes because Cash fucks up phenomenally throughout the film.
Yeah.
And then you think, when I saw that, I agree, absolutely, nailed it. But I also thought back to the scene we talked about earlier where Cash confronts someone, you're asking me to become a slave trader.
Yeah.
And he gets shown a number we don't see.
Yeah.
Which means, it already on the face should be insulting, but then it doubles down. It's like, it wasn't even that much money. to sell human beings.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, all that matters is that it's a lot for Cassius.
that's true.
Because, I don't know about you, even $1 million I can't fathom what my life would be like.
I mean, I personally seen $1 million, but then like you jump to like $1 billion,
Yeah.
and I jumped so high, like in quantity. It's like, it's kind of like Chris said. It's kind of like the trope of you see the character reacting to the number.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to see the number to know. Well, it's a lot, and it's enough to convince them.
Yeah.
You don't even have to see it. I mean, it could be. It's definitely more, but is it like that big of a gap?
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, like they changed. He's dehumanized himself to reach this gap, like another level.
Mm-hmm.
But like he said, like at what point, how high does it have
Yeah.
to be for you to turn to a horse?
Horse monster.
Yeah. And here's the thing, you have to assume whatever that number was, it's enough for Cassius to sell out humans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason they show that is because now at this point in the movie, at this point in Cassius' life, there's no number that will convince him.
Yeah.
There is none.
Yeah.
Which is why they show the note. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
Man.
This is his first, I know this is his first theatrical release. Did Boots direct anything before?
He directed his music videos.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch his music videos because this is what a fucking strong like debut in a theatrical like setting.
Let me just say, so Boots wrote this script 8 years ago. I want to say.
Okay, so he's had 8 years to work on.
Yeah.
That's why I feel so tight, probably.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Oh, okay. Before my thought, I
Uh-huh.
addendum have to add this. I think when they were in pre-production, Boots claimed I re-edited 2 scenes in the script because they were too on the nose.
Okay.
But he was like, I had written them before anything had happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he then said, and they were like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I had a reoccurring line that Cassius Green's manager, the eye patch guy, has in the movie. He says it twice. And it was so creepy and grossed me out that I had to get rid of it. It was talking about like exploiting people for the sake of just straight money.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's what'll make America great again.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, I can't do that. I had to change that line because people will think I had it first. But yeah. Man.
Yeah.
But he wrote a soundtrack to it originally, and there's
it's all the coup music.
Yeah.
They do all the music for it.
They do all the music, but there were guests for the soundtrack of the movie that you listen to.
I must have guessed so because there's like a lot of Thurman stuff going in there.
Yeah. There's Killer Mike does 2.
Oh, really?
And the musician I went to see last episode, if you were listening, Janelle Monáe, who's dating Tessa Thompson from this film.
Okay.
There's a lot of connection there. She did a track called "What I Want to Do to That Fucking Girl," I think is the name of that song.
Oh wow.
But yeah. It's the track that's played when Cash gets Tessa Thompson back, and you see the bedroom just get better.
Yeah.
Over them, like.
Yeah.
Good music though, man.
Yeah,
So
it was
good.
really good.
Really good.
He also filmed one with Patton Oswalt that you should watch.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, so I'll definitely give that a shot.
Yeah.
What else is there? I mean, the whole the TV thing I think is kind of obvious in that it's just exploiting people's pain.
Television is exploiting people's pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially live, where it's just we look at the worst of it.
And it makes us feel better about our
daily lives.
Yeah.
We have to see something shittier, because our own shitty lives, like, we can't dwell in that too long. We have to know ours is better at some point. Yep. It's again the whole thing of we have to know we're better than someone.
We have comparative values, and that's the only thing that makes it okay to feel like we are in a system that is crushing and hurting us.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm not the most crushed,
it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not at the bottom, it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's always, well, I guess that's less of the movie, but there's always going to be someone that you can tell yourself you're doing better than, and that's the kind of golden thing about it. Is, there's always a rung down.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people fall in line to it, and everyone sticks to the script.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think Cash followed through at the end?
He killed him?
No, I mean, do you think that Cash is actually going to do the right thing at the end of that movie?
I want to be positive and say yes, because I think what he went through was so fucked up, and especially now that he's a horse, that he's an Ecosapien.
Yeah,
I think having gone through that horror as well, we have to assume, they say there's an antidote. Who knows if he was lying or not?
He's a fucking who
knows if he was lying or not?
Yeah.
Part of me, like, we can go into all speculation why there would be an antidote or why there wouldn't be.
Yeah.
One, there wouldn't be because why would they ever make one for Venturima? Two, maybe they would because Armie Hammer is a coke fiend and at any point could just accidentally snort that. Which, by the end, I don't think that kind of stupid amount of logic is too out of place for the movie.
No.
Because that seems like something characters would do.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, totally.
So I think there's an argument for both. If he is a horse person, there's no going back.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason I ask is because the person I went to see the movie with is like, what he was convinced. Oh, he took the deal. He's going to be the horse MLK, and he was convinced that he's going to put on a good show and he's going to get his money. I think, and I disagree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I want to.
I don't get it because at the end, like he didn't, because he was lied to. He didn't intentionally.
Yeah.
No, it was horse cocaine.
And in order for that to work, I think that means the rest of the movie is lying to you. Like, because then that means there's one scene that is just not there. Also, why would he want to go on TV? Like, wouldn't he have resources then if he took the deal? They seem like they were ready to give him the resources to be an MLK.
Why would he even bother?
Figure. Yeah. Why would he break them out? He would just or like in that very specific way.
Well, his argument, and again, I don't necessarily agree with this, but that makes it all the more convincing that he's the person that they should all trust before, it turns out.
Yeah, but why show us that?
Great question. I don't think but you're right. I don't think the movie's deliberately deceived us.
No.
It holds things back and then gives it to us.
Yeah. But it's one of those movies, I think, that gives us eventually everything. Like,
yeah, I agree.
And it's one of those, or at the very least, gives us even too much. Like, so much too. Not in a bad way, just a very dense type of.
There's a lot to pour through.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit. No, yeah, sorry to your friend. I'm not convinced of that.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think the movie is trying to trick you.
Yeah.
I think because I feel like the movie honestly is incredibly frank about anything.
Oh, it's so so frank. It's so in your face about it. It's weirdly honest. Like, even though that kind of movie usually hides a lot of stuff or just lets you infer. Like, it's weirdly just it's what's the term called on your sleeve? Like, it holds its heart to its sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's definitely all there. Anything else about the movie? This movie's fucking good.
It's so fucking good, man. Gosh.
I came out and I think I made a tweet and I was like, sorry to bother you. Is it too early? It was the same thing I said for Kirby. Is it too early to say sorry to bother you is my favorite movie of the year?
So good. Can I tell you one of my favorite recurring jokes?
Okay.
It's kind of subtle, but it's delightful. Is Cash's, what I have to assume is his father. He's deceased. They never say he has a dead dad.
No.
But he keeps that photo.
That photo keeps changing.
That keeps changing depending on how bad he's doing.
Oh, it's fucking great.
The shrugging and the thumbs up. It's so funny. It's consistent because that guy's face is so cartoony. It's great.
The one thing we didn't mention, what's the guy that in the office, they're all like, you can end up like, I think it's like Hal something, who ended up like going there.
Oh
And
yeah.
started here.
And they keep inferring that maybe he wasn't a real person.
Well, I always forget the manager's name.
Pat.
A censored,
Yeah,
the censored guy, censored face.
Yeah.
He does an air quotes thing around his name, so that's to me fully convincing that it's just a made up idea to give the workers to work harder.
Yeah.
That I think it's all a part of that. Here's the illusion that you can move up.
Yeah.
And well, I guess it's not an illusion. Cash just moves up, but it's nowhere near as easy or as worth it as they make it out to be.
Guy, I think that is one of the most honest depictions of the American system.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like, when people say anybody can make it,
Yeah.
that's technically true.
Yeah. Technically, you're right.
But that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, it's the metaphor of the waste paper basket.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a sociology professor.
Yeah.
You know the story?
Yeah, you told me about it.
Oh, okay. You put a waste paper basket at the front of the classroom.
Okay.
Everyone ball up a piece of paper. Whoever throws their balled up piece of paper in, that's making it. That's, whatever your idea of your American dream is.
Okay.
Now, anyone could make it, but the people up at the front who are there by random chance, they're probably they have a better shot at it. Though technically, it's not a lie to say anyone could make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a manipulation on a truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else necessarily to say other than the soundtrack's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And after you guys listen to Sorry to Bother You album, I really like Tessa Thompson's earrings are all lyrics.
Okay. Yeah, you told me about that.
Oh,
too.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's so
I love those long shots they take on it.
Yeah. The electric chair and
Yeah.
the dicks and then Kill 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 Die Die Die.
Uh-huh.
Is one of my favorite ones. Yeah. Oh man, what a good movie.
And how about you, Nick? Anything else? Or?
No, that's all I can think. I mean, kind of covered it all.
I'm definitely going to rewatch the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Same.
It's one of those that I feel like I have to.
Yeah, I definitely told Chris that it's been a long time since I felt this way after a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I know the director. He definitely called it a form of surrealism.
Yeah, I could definitely
Especially
get on board with that.
a lot of the shots too were really cool. How it was especially you had the beginning when he's in the office doing an interview. Like I said, you have the bland colored office, and then the inside of it is the light, and that's how he moves up.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a point where he also moves up, where instead of the bland office, it's that intense pitch black orgy scene.
Yeah.
And then him in the middle, him in the center where the light source is, and then that's where he moves up again.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was, oh my god, that fucking scene. It was really good. But damn, there's too much.
I almost completely forgot about that orgy. That did happen.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God.
then one just casually in the other room.
Yeah.
Well, because I think it's supposed to be shot so casually, like he's in this world now, and this is what's happening around him.
This is
yeah.
this is the standard.
And everyone else is used to it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the entire world that Armie Hammer's character inhabits is always shot in shadow.
Yeah.
Because he's someone who's hiding things constantly. But what I like about the mansion that they shoot in, where the shitty rap scene happens, the I shot a rhino with 2 clips.
Yeah.
All that. It's almost completely pitch black except for, and then whenever there's light, it's bright pops of color.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is also a great to what you said. Like it's representative of him as a character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's 90% in the dark, and then the 10% he shows you is just flash.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's theatrics. With a set design, that's really
It's really great.
I mean, I kind of, because to be honest, I was kind of glad I saw that instead of Ant-Man, because you can.
Oh
kinda
wait,
guess.
yeah, wait.
Yeah, because we can just say what the plot's gonna be.
I get it.
Because of Marvel.
Yeah.
But this one, oh man, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Wow. I sincerely hope that Boots Riley does another project.
Yeah.
And even if it takes another 8 years, I accept that for a movie this good. Like, man, wow.
Hopefully, it won't take as long, just because now he has this movie,
Yes.
and I think it's doing fine. It seems to be doing.
He is doing really well.
Yeah.
The character who's the actor who plays Cash, who's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta watch.
No, yeah, it's on there. It's actually pretty high up on the list, but it's on there.
I caught a tweet by him the first day where he just said, "Everybody, make sure you go watch my movie," which I respect that. I would also say that, but I think it's doing pretty well at the box office.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sincerely hope. Do you think here's a question? I'm curious. Do you think that Sorry to Bother You could be nominated for anything?
Wouldn't that contradict the entire message if he gets nominated and he goes on stage? Wouldn't that be him moving up?
In a way, like him accepting an Oscar, I guess would be, but also him accepting if he. So let's say hypothetically he won an Oscar.
Yeah.
It would also be him doing the Tessa Thompson thing of I'm going to take this opportunity in this white situation.
Yeah.
To get my message out.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to go through this channel, I still want.
Yeah.
I guess, but also there's the risk of.
Mm-hmm.
You want to ride that line. You don't want to go Cash. You want
Yeah,
to
and that's anything. That's for anyone, like in art too. Like.
Yeah.
Having said that, should or could?
Could. Do you think it could?
Okay, because it definitely
It
should.
should.
I think there's no question about that.
Yeah.
Whether it could, that's really tough.
Because
on the one hand, Get Out got nominated, and so did Del Toro. So did Shape of Water.
Yeah.
But in order for Get Out to be nominated, it had to be put into a comedy, which is fucking horseshit.
It isn't a comedy at all.
It's not. It has bits that are funny. It is no way a comedy.
It's a thriller.
Yeah.
It's like a suspenseful.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
At the lightest, it's a thriller, but straight up, it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
But there's no respect even if I'm not including like a race factor or anything.
Yeah.
Which there probably is, but because we all know the Oscars is fucked up and it's run by really
like
old
12 old white dudes.
old white dudes. Who let their kids decide the nominations.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, some of them are women.
Some of them are women.
Yeah.
But
she was the one who let her kid decide the nomination too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even so with that, I mean, I guess it's sci-fi, surrealist. So I don't know how they would categorize it if they could.
I'm
not satire.
I don't want to say no. I want to believe.
I'd be less bothered to call this film comedy than people who called Get Out comedy.
Yeah. Good, and it would make sense because this was even marketed as comedy. Like,
yeah.
And again, at its core, it's comedy. So yeah, I think it could. I want to say it could. I don't think it's likely.
I feel like it's
but
got a lot going on.
Either way, that's not a big deal for me personally. That's not a big deal. I don't know how anyone on board that thing would be called, because I think I've talked about my stance on the Oscars and how it's all bullshit anyway. And I don't give a shit about award shows.
Yeah.
As long as I think it's good or I can have that argument with people, then it's fine. And if people go watch it, then the award won't matter.
I feel like that's kind of the most importance that I can give to the Oscars is it makes I was just about to cast a really wide net.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. It gives opportunity to people who might not watch a film like
Yes, that's also true because people will wait till Oscar nominations
that to watch movies.
too.
Yeah.
So if you're using it as a marketing tool, I guess I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But that still plays into the problem that people still hold Oscars as no, these are the movies.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
Yeah.
And I still think that's horseshit. But,
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree.
I won't. I'm not gonna get on my tirade about the Oscars right now.
No, was it the whole point of BoJack Horseman? Which was the fourth season?
Four.
When he gets the nomination, and then he says, "But I didn't do anything much. But it doesn't matter. You're important now. You're gonna get all the connections."
Yeah, it's the only one positive thing I can definitely see for Sorry to Bother You. As long as Boots and it doesn't seem like he's one that's going to compromise any of his values. I can't imagine that anywhere. He can utilize the Oscar thing to fund more projects and
that would be wonderful.
And that's just him taking advantage of that system.
Yeah. I mean, I think ultimately...
I still don't agree that the Oscars do, but I'm going to get off my high horse here.
I don't even think that Sorry to Bother You's mentality is... I think it's fine with the idea if you wanted to exploit that system to benefit
others, then
yeah, go ahead and do that. Why not?
And it's not advocating that system should still exist. In fact, it wants the destruction of that.
Yeah.
But the idea is that this is the most you can do at this moment, and we have to slowly garner that and pick away at it. Because sadly, we got it to this fucked up point. Yeah. And it's gonna take a while to get it back. So
there's a lot of infrastructure holding it together.
Yeah, the message, I think the most positive message in there is do whatever you can in your power, to not compromise and to make it better for everyone, but don't starve yourself. Don't sacrifice everything you have to survive too.
Exactly, I agree.
And
well, that's a good chat about.
It's good talk.
So how else was your month?
Well, we for sure wanted to talk about it. Oh my god, we talked about that for almost an hour.
I believe that. It's
Holy
a good movie, guys.
All right, we'll get 142. Okay. And spoilers end now.
Okay, cool.
We're back. So go see Sorry to Bother You, everybody.
What a great film.
Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, really
honestly,
good.
The less you know about it, the better. So we'll probably stop talking about it now.
Okay.
Cool. How else was my month? That was like the big one, man, for me because I really dug that movie. We saw The Pillows, and that was a big deal.
And remind me of the theater.
The Mayan.
Yeah.
Cool. Tell me about it.
So before we get started, at 2 hours before before the concert even opened up, it was already lying around the block.
Wow.
Yeah, because anime fans are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that we called it the Weeb Musk.
The smell was so weird and unique. Like I can't even describe it.
And it's bad.
Well, I just did, but I can't describe the actual. It just smells bad.
Dude, it was so weird. It was so, and I guess me and Nick are spoiled in that we go to really small shows now. And Synthwave hasn't garnered to that crazy level yet.
Yeah.
It's starting to get there. Lately, so, and we were in, we walk in and there's a huge snaking line for the merch table.
Wow.
So there's no way we were getting merch. And people were buying 4 shirts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched the thing. The first man was I thought their mastering was really bad. So it was very hard for me to differentiate who was playing what. I think the only interesting part I found about the band was the drummer. I thought was slightly interesting, or at least some of the stuff he did, but kind of forgettable too. They all had long hair except the drummer. That was the only thing I remember.
Okay.
The second band was alright. It was a little bit more traditional rock, but I think they're called Noodles.
Yeah.
From Japan.
Okay.
The drummer for the Pillows drummed for them.
Oh, okay. Cool.
They had really good bass lines though. I recognized that.
Mm-hmm.
It was more straightforward. There's some cool stuff going on. Then of course the Pillows played for a long time, like all the hits, hits, everything that was ever in Fully Cooley except maybe a handful of songs.
Okay.
I think was played.
Okay.
Hell, they even played Third Eye. That was great. Sadly, didn't play My Foot, which is my personal favorite song, and they definitely did not play anything off the album.
Oh,
Or off of Fully... No, sorry. Anything that was not featured in Fully Cooley.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of bummed me out, because I was like, oh, I want to see them play Purple Apple, and, like, all these other ones that I think are great. March of God would have been great.
Yeah.
Although March of God wasn't Fully Cooley progressive. It was a really good show. No, they're really good live.
Yeah, they're good.
Me, Goja, and Nick, because that's who we went with. Oh, and Frankie was there, too. Frankie was really mad. He didn't like the crowd a lot, yeah. And me and Nick and Gunter were kind of making fun of them because we're assholes, and because they were like trying to start mosh pits and their versions of mosh. Like some were actually like doing it, I guess, but it's a very weird feeling for me, my friend and Nick, to be the walls and that we don't move, and like. The mosh pits don't affect us because we know how to hold our ground, and yet we're the ones that are not moving, even though like it's weird to be that guy that so knows it that we can stop people. Like it's weird. I don't know how to describe it else, and that's a weird feeling. And a lot of people's versions of moshing was jumping up and down.
Oh,
and that's weird.
yeah.
And the crowd was not too fun. There were some cool people, I think, but I'm not gonna say they're all shit because that's not true. But
it feels like it though.
It sure felt like that sometimes.
That's the thing. Like it's not true, but it's a feeling.
It sure, yeah, Nick, you're right. It sure felt like that sometimes. Yeah, so many people just recording through their fucking cameras, dude.
Oh man,
Pisses me off every time I see it.
just watch the show.
Like I'm so tempted to just swat the thing. Like,
Out of there.
yeah. It's like, yeah, glad you're enjoying the show, asshole. Like, kind of deal. Having said that, the Pillows were great. They had a ton of energy. Really good live.
Oh yeah.
I would love if I ever go to Japan to see them like play live, and hopefully some of their more obscure stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that.
Man, they're old. They got old.
Yeah, I noticed. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, we got to remember they were already kind of like in their late 20s when the first Fully Cooley aired.
Which is almost, what?
10 years ago.
10 years. 10 years?
Longer.
18 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, in '99 it came out, and then in the U.S. it was
2001?
That's true.
So 18.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So 19.
Years.
19
Yeah,
years.
18, 19, yeah.
Shit, almost 2 decades.
Yeah, they're in their late 40s now. They're hitting 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still had all that energy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's
they were
great.
really good. Yeah, no, they were really good live. Yeah, Thank You, My Twilight was really moving.
It's a great song.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff. One Life was really great.
Yeah. That one was great. Sleepyhead. It's been a while since I heard the lyric
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, it had been a bit. Sleepyhead's so fucking good, dude.
Dude, that bass riff in the beginning is so good.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
That was the only one I thought, I'm going to start a mosh pit and see what happens. And that was already pushing me when I went, oh, no one's down for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop.
Oh yeah, when they start with I Think I Can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a...
It's super strong one to start off with.
Yeah.
They ended with Last Dinosaur. Because of course.
Makes sense.
Because of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. What else about... I don't know. Stream's going. I want to say thank you to everyone who showed up.
Yeah.
And to keep showing up. We just beat the first game. And we will be... Well, actually, when this episode comes out, we will have started... we're going with Chain of Memories next. Because either way, that will be second. No matter which style I try to go in order with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me. What else? Oh, I finished all of part 2 of JoJo. JoJo's great. Anyway, for manga.
No, what about for a game? You're playing Octopath.
Shit, yeah, okay, I'm playing Octopath. You know what? I'm only like 2 hours in.
Oh, yeah.
All I can say right now is the art is gorgeous. It's to die for. The lighting is fucking amazing. The pixel art is great. But already you can see that from like trailers and stuff. I'm enjoying the gameplay. It's reminiscent of Bravely Default for me, which I liked the gameplay for Bravely Default. However, I have a ton of other problems with that game that I won't go into.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's just good right now. I have not much to say about it until I get further in.
Oh, okay. What'd you think of Luminous on the Switch? Because we do.
Again, it's another great game. Like it's that HD Rumble is pretty great for that stuff. Just goes with the beat of music, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I start finishing games, I'll probably talk more about it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Nick, you want to go or?
Yeah, sure. So besides all the stuff I did with Chris, let's see what have been. Yeah, so that would have been read. Oh, so I caught up to Dorohedoro. I talked about it before.
Oh yeah.
Because the new volume.
Oh, I got to get back on it.
Yeah, because she started writing again. So.
Oh, sick.
They released new volumes.
Her art is so good.
I'm actually surprised. I was kind of worried because it was a bit of a long hiatus, like 3 or 4 years.
Oh wow.
So,
yeah.
So, lucky to whoever gets into the series now that she's working on it again, releasing new volumes. I do like how... I do like the pacing of it. The pacing of the later volumes are really cool. The characters are really interesting. I can't say much because there's definitely a lot of turning points for characters in these volumes, more than I've seen before, so I can't say much on that front. But I do recommend the manga itself. Like, everything about it, I love the gory art, like the brutal 90s.
Are the relationships still adorable?
Dude, they're so cute. Like, it's so weird,
because
right?
that's what makes it for me.
Yeah.
It's that edgy 90s, crazy, highly detailed art with adorable relationship.
I know, right? It's cute.
It's so amazing to me.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. Everyone should read it.
No, I do agree. The character interaction is like some of the strong points.
Yeah.
Especially. So I'll keep it at that for now. Let's see. Oh, I started watching... did I talk about before? Did I talk about Katana Gatari? The anime...
You've talked to me about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about it on here.
Katana Gatari is I watched it in about 4 years ago. That is a 12-episode show. Every episode is an hour long.
Oh wow!
And then it's...
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's great, yeah. Essentially, it's about... Well, Katana Gatari, so it's about swords. And essentially, it's about a person who defends... It's about a main character. He defends someone who's looking for 12 other swords that are left across the land, and it's you traveling across the land. And I told Chris that if you really like world building, and if you're really interested in how characters cope with certain like parts of their lives they can't control, or you kind of like that Monster of the Week kind of feel.
Yeah.
I do recommend this. All I'll say is that if you do not like, it's dialogue heavy, which is the whole point, because it's
fine with me.
Yeah, which is weird because like that's usually a complaint sometimes, where it's kind of like
only if the dialogue goes nowhere.
It goes nowhere. But this is the thing. Like, I felt like.
But even then, sometimes there's a point for it going
nowhere.
But that usually plays better for comedy. Anyway, I'm not going to get into deconstructing.
No, see, you're right. But time. But
yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I never felt like my time was wasted in that show.
Okay.
There were some moments where if you're watching it for the first time, you think, oh, well, that's just a cheap cop out. But then you see the context of the show, and it's actually making fun of the novel series because it's based on a light novel novelization, where the author had some long fight scenes, so it's making fun of those.
Okay.
With the show itself. It's kind of hard to explain, but you'll see it. I do recommend it because the ending makes it all worth it. It makes it all completely worth the ending, the escalation. I haven't felt that way about endings since Gurren Lagann.
Oh wow! Okay, that's high praise.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like,
okay.
It's so worth it. So on that.
Now you're convincing me even more.
No, I agree. If you have the time, Katana Gatari. So with that in mind, there's a Gatari series. There's Monogatari. There's Kizumono. Gatori and all those. So I started watching those of that series.
Uh-huh.
So because I originally watched the Kizumonogatari, which is the prequel to the entire series,
Okay.
and that's directed by Ko Yoshinari, who's the older brother of Yoshinari of Trigger.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's his baby is those three
Sick.
prequel movies,
Okay.
and it was fan-freaking-tastic. I
Okay.
love the fight scenes were really creative. It was especially there's one scene where it's just straight up remind me of like Looney Tunes shit
Awesome.
of like flying. Of,
Those
like,
two brothers love like Looney Tunes, and it's
ridiculous.
even in like even in the weird action like in Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill, you can. It's more prevalent in Lulaco.
Yeah.
To be quite frank, that's because that's what that show is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking love Looney Tunes. It's crazy, man.
Oh yeah. So with that in mind, remember in Blade 2, there's that deleted scene of the blood tornado.
Yeah.
Around.
I do.
Is there a blood tornado?
There's that in the movie.
Okay.
Because it's about vampires and it's about like hunting them down, like Blade movies.
Of course, they gotta make a goddamn Blade.
Yeah. So like.
Oh, I love them. I love these two directors so
So
much.
like
man.
they're setting each other on fire. You see like vampires set each other
Yeah.
on fire, ripping their arms off and growing them back. And
Yeah.
They're really creative, and the style of the show I really dig. So watching that. Let's see what else. Grand Blue I did talk about before. It got its own anime series. So the first 2 episodes came out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet because I want to sit down and watch with Chris.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that with you and give it a shot.
But they are localizing the manga, so
Oh wow.
Cool.
I would recommend reading it wherever you can because it is a great comedy.
Okay.
Still worth it. Let's see what else for games. I have been playing Luminous also with Chris. That one's really good. The HD Rumble's really interesting. How like he said, the rumble goes to the beat of the music.
Yeah. And the director loves like vibration.
Yeah.
As a way to connect people to the games. He has a whole fucking suit made for Rez.
Oh yeah, the Synthesia.
That I'm not gonna lie, I would probably buy if he put it out there.
Oh,
that's because Rez is the best. So.
Yeah, that's right. Ian, have you seen the Synthesia suit that they created for Rez?
No, I haven't.
Okay, we'll have to send you that video.
Well, it's a little hard to describe with words because it sounds ridiculous, but
and it is.
It's transcendent.
Well, that's what he argues.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea if it is because I've never tried it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that game's great. Enter the Gungeon on the Switch is like perfect if you play.
Although I'm running into a problem and I'm trying to fix it in case anyone knows how to go about it. The game is now crashing on startup.
Oh really?
For me, yeah, and I've been trying to find it online, and it said it was fixed with the patch, but I have that patch and I have that updated version, so I'm wondering if anyone knows it's about. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, I never had that experience.
Specifically, it crashes when it just says an error has occurred and we've had to stop the game, and that happens when I press continue on the start screen, or I just start going into the actual game from the title.
Oh, okay.
Even when I press quick start. So I'm gonna try to fix that. Having said, once I get that fixed, then yes, I will recommend this because to everyone on the Switch because it is.
Yeah.
It's a one. First of all, before it was even on Switch, it was a fantastic fucking game.
Yeah.
But now it plays so well. Like any roguelite on the Switch is like great because you can take it anywhere.
Yeah, especially when it's handheld, like handheld version.
Yeah.
Like that, it's perfect.
Yeah. What else you want?
And playing. God Hand.
Are you still on it?
Yeah, I got God Hand on the PS3 and playing it. I shouldn't like that game, but that gameplay's amazing.
Oh, it's some of the best gameplay ever.
Wow, it's pretty crazy because it's from the same people who eventually went to make Platinum Games because it is Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, it's directed by Shinji Mikami, and this was after Resident Evil 4.
RE4, yeah.
This game is after.
It was his directorial debut after RE4.
That's his follow-up. Like
this is
again.
So there's a reason it had a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Yeah, the fucking dialogue, man. Oh my god.
It's so goofy, but the gameplay is so polished and perfect. Like it's so. Everything you can do in that game is great.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little hard. That game's also another thing hard to describe because
You just have to play it.
you would actually have to play it to understand it. Because if I
Play on easy mode.
yeah, well, easy mode there is like regular.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, like normal.
Normal's hard.
Yeah, so you know.
Hard is get fucked.
Yeah, so
And nightmare, I think, is don't even try.
don't even try, please don't. But in a lot of games, especially a lot of character actions, there's the idea of reward and punishment.
Right.
God hand punishes you so hard if you mess up.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't felt since Third Strike. But the reward is so worth it. So it's in those extremes of it's really rewarding, but it's so punishing it might actually stop you playing it.
Okay.
Yeah. So just get good, I guess, with that game.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
I mean, try it.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
Stop being a baby and playing.
Just get good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's good. Let me think. What else? What have I been watching? Try to remember. Besides that series, we watched my Boku no Hero.
Yeah, we got caught up. What was the last?
We didn't because
They just started their. Deku does a rider kick. Is the last thing that happened.
Yeah, that's just pretty much.
Yo, that show. Yeah, that show's still fun.
It's still fun, yeah. It's shonen battle, so there's a lot of like plot things you can see.
But I actually like the characters.
That's the thing, yeah. The characters.
And they actually handle their characters well.
Yeah, like Yu Yu Hakusho.
It's the first shonen I've given a shit about,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I can't remember how long.
Just Yu Yu Hakusho.
Since fucking maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's fun. It's good.
Yeah, it's not much else to say. Sorry, Ian, have you seen?
I've not. No.
Oh.
I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also has green hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's right. But even Green Naruto, that's what you call him.
Yeah. No, I call that show Green Naruto.
Blonde Sasuke. They straight up have a retrieval arc where they have to go save him. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, but you actually like Bakugo is like, you know.
Yeah, it's the thing, and then he fights back.
Uh-huh.
He's like, oh, God, my brother. Oh.
Also, yes, his mom is the new waifu. It should be for everyone.
She's very attractive.
She's the best girl.
I believe you.
No, because you know what she is? She's the, okay.
She's the tiger to your life.
Tiger in old
you know, it's
Jordans.
You know what this is? Willie from the Veterans put it right. It's you have that bully kid in every 80s like thing, but then you go to his house and he's like, oh, it's because his parents are super abusive and just don't love him. That's pretty much what's happening with Bakugo, and that's what his mom is.
Oh my god.
But I love it, and it's all great.
Isn't his dad like an actor? Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, or something, and then his dad is all mellowed out. His mom is the one with all the
energy.
Yeah. She's like, shut the fuck up, child. Like, you apologize right now.
Oh my god.
I love it. I don't know, like, because it's so awful, but I love it.
When I see children abused, it's the funniest shit.
Ian, it would just be one of those things you'd have to watch, and I think you would get what I'm trying to get to.
No, I think I know you mean. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm showing Ian.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
She's great. Anyway, yeah. What else, man? What have you been watching? What else? What's going on?
No, I think.
What's going on? What's going down?
I think that's it so far for anime. Let's see, reading. Besides Dorohedoro, there's a new comic book coming out. I'm sorry, I didn't say that for looking forward, but there's a comic book artist I really like. He's coming out with a new one, Green Monk, by Image Comics.
Who's the artist?
Oh my god, Brad. I forgot his last name. Sorry, my bad.
Thundercock.
Neely.
Let's call him Thundercock. Brad Thundercock. So Brad Thundercock. It was pretty crazy because
Brad Brian O'Malley.
Let's call him that.
So BBO.
He's doing his version of Savage Dragon now.
Oh no.
His interpretation of the 4-way.
Fuck.
Brad.
Keep going. I'm gonna look at this name. This is great.
Brad K. Vaughn.
Brad Caleb,
Brad
the younger brother.
Brad Brian K. Vaughn.
They have the same middle name.
He
too,
wrote
right?
the Doctor Strange line.
Brad and Dayton nailed it.
Brad and Dayton.
Brad and Dayton.
Yeah, I just want to say that's a good idea for. I'm gonna take that for like naming a child. Is that
Brad.
you have the brother, right? You have the older kid.
Yeah.
The older kid will be named Chad Thundercock,
Uh-huh.
and like, but then the younger brother will be named Brad Chad Thundercock, and then
Chad.
because you'll always know who the important one is.
That's right.
The
Who's
children,
the prime?
and that's Chad Thundercock.
Chad Chipley. So Brian Dayton, he's coming out with a new comic, Green Monk. I really liked his work with he did. I think he worked on the comic Invincible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did
Okay.
a lot of stuff. It's crazy because he worked under Disney for a long time, and then he left the company and they started a YouTube channel, kind of chronicling his whole process.
Oh, wow.
His whole
Cool.
experience working at Disney, and his whole. Actually, the first video I saw of him was him explaining why he left Disney, and it was because he said because growing up, there's a whole thing of like dream job, right? Mentality of dream job.
Yeah.
And the whole thing of like you go to your friends and then you're like, oh my god, his dad, he works for Disney, he works for PlayStation, your uncle, and like it's a reputation thing. And then he gets his dream job and he realizes that it's not what he was looking for, or at least not what he thought it was going to be. And it's how the Disney CEO, he talked about how he said that Disney's the best at the moment for mining creative properties.
Oh, this is the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you about, yeah.
Because I've heard that line before. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Which
They
came from the CEO.
made all their money out of like public domain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then he talked about his experience working with other artists, actually. And then he remember having a lot of luncheons where they would be in a table, and one of his friends said, "Can you imagine if we had the creative liberty? Imagine what we can create just in this table, just the five of us."
Wow.
Yeah, and it got to that point for some of them, and he said like his dream. He doesn't necessarily. He has a passion and dream of a career, but not. It's not going to be doing one job.
Right.
So he left that. He started a YouTube channel working with Image Comics, and yeah, he released his debut Green Monk.
Okay. So I'll have to get that checked out then.
Yeah, I really dig it. It's really cool because it's kind of a bias too, because he also loves Neil Adams, and I love Neil Adams too. And that's kind of a bias, but it's really cool seeing the process like that, and him breaking it down step by step for comics or visual storytelling. So his channel I would recommend because it's really cool.
What's it called?
It's just his name, Brian Dayton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brandon Dayton. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's about it for me.
Okay.
Sick. How about you, Ian?
Not a lot of time to read as of late.
Yeah.
Just wish I could, but.
Same here. I know I'm picking away slowly at this book by Robert Brockway.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only like a couple chapters. I'm not that far. It's not worth. Like the only notable thing I can say right now is I'm reading it.
Okay.
And that implies that I'm important, and it's notable that I'm reading it.
I will say that as soon as my time gets a little more liberated, I am going to be reading Oscar Juanuelos' novel about Cuban brothers who sing songs of love, and that's almost the title, but I'm not accurately reporting it.
Okay.
Something brothers sing songs of love.
Okay.
And it's about two Cubans.
Something brothers, something corazon.
Something.
Los hermanos.
But he got the 89 Nobel Prize for that novel.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
who's
well,
in it?
fuck me. Yeah. Hey, again, Mister, I'm nobody here. Like,
But I'd honestly,
I have no authority.
I'd heard a lot of really good things about the book, and it's supposed to be great. So I'm very excited to get to read it.
Okay.
Finally, I've had it for a while. So I was looking at Stephen King's tweets, because that's what I can do.
Sure.
And he's been tweeting about a show called Claws.
Yes,
Claws.
I know about Claws.
Yeah,
Like Santa
So
Claus, the Claus.
So I know Stephen King's into it. I forgot who else is into Claws. But because I've heard it somewhere else. I know. It's what's her name from Reno 911.
Niecy Nash.
Yeah, she's great.
She's amazing.
Oh yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, she does more than just funny in this.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Okay, so you've watched Claws.
I've watched it. I'm almost done with season 1, and I'm gonna start season 2, which is airing now.
Okay.
It is very melodramatic.
Okay.
It's so over the top, and it knows that. It lives there.
Because what I've seen is it seems to be playing off the whole like sort of housewives reality shows.
I guess
That's what I got from the trailers.
It's playing
super
in
wrong.
that world,
Okay.
definitely. Well, the story takes place in Florida,
Okay.
so there's just a kind of, I think even Niecy Nash said, like, there's just a kind of a suspension of disbelief that, like, whatever we do, it's Florida. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fine. Every single episode kind of follows the mission statement of completely turning the dynamics of the characters. They shift episode to episode, like who is in power, who owes what, who needs to cover for what they've done, or who needs to do something. And yeah, Niecy Nash is basically indebted to a crime family.
Okay.
And is expected to be laundering drug money through her nail salon. What I will say is the actor who plays Hank from Breaking Bad is the main villain of the show, and his whole thing is a whole other thing, and it's amazing. I love it. It's just such a weird guy. He's playing the head of a crime family, basically.
Okay. He has that look.
And he's just... all the characters are making such specific weird choices. It's phenomenal. And yeah, every single episode is... If you don't mind melodrama, and I kind of dig if I'm in the right mood.
Yeah.
Because there is no moment which is not exasperatingly this is an early thing. Niecy Nash is also taking care of her older brother who has some sort of developmental problem.
Okay.
Like I think he has just like severe autism of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thus cannot find social cues and can't take care of himself really. And he decides through a convoluted series of reasons that he needs to become a protector.
Yeah.
And so he starts spending money on becoming a bodybuilder, which then parlays into him becoming a live art model, which then parlays into him kind of becoming attached to like this very popular prostitute from Tallahassee.
Yeah.
It just keeps... Yeah. Things keep twisting.
Right.
It's a fun show to watch. It's funny and dramatic. And then the other thing I've been watching is Castle Rock. The first 3 episodes.
Yeah, isn't Mark Bernardin the head writer on that?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I want to say he is. Those who don't know, Mark Bernardin is the co-host of Batman on Batman with Kevin Smith, and also used to be the editor for the LA Times. So.
It's very possible. I'll have to check, but
Okay.
can I say how good it is?
Is it good?
Really good.
That's good for him then.
Cool.
I'm glad for him. I'm proud of him. Because Stephen King adaptations either go really right or really wrong.
Oh yeah. And you usually tell by how much Stephen King likes him, and you go by the opposite of what he's saying.
Yes.
Did he like The Mist?
He loves the ending.
He likes the ending of the Mist. He's really.
And I gotta say, I agree with him in terms of I think it's better than his book.
It's more
book ending
of a solid closure to
yeah.
that story.
And it's more of a soul crushing.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the giant?
The rest of the movie's fine.
Doom-looking giant teeth ball.
Yeah. There's like skull spiders and tentacles.
Yeah, probably the best part is just seeing the monster designs of that movie.
Oh, okay.
Other than that.
It's I remember there was a big hoopla because they released it in black and white and in color.
Was that true? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they did a re-release that was in black and white, and
Interesting.
the producers were like, we wanted to do it as a 50s B movie, and we wanted it in black and white. I'm like, oh, that's kind of an interesting take.
Yeah.
It does give it a different vibe.
It's always different black and white. Did you ever watch Fury Road, black and white?
Oh no, I didn't know it came in black
Yeah.
and white.
Well, what's it called?
No, it's called in chrome. It's black and chrome.
Ooh, damn that.
No, I think it's just called the Shiny and Chrome edition.
Shiny Chrome edition.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty great in black and white as well. Either version has their own, like, either way you're getting Fury Road, and Fury Road is quite possibly the best action movie in my opinion, since I can't remember when.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty, yeah. I will have to look for the
the last movie I ever watched 4 times in theaters.
No, really?
Was that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Took different people every time to make sure people were watching Fury Road.
Everyone watched this thing I like.
You guys don't get it. It's perfect. There's no problems.
Have you guys read Savage Dragon?
Guys, gotta know.
Chris, why is there a tree in the desert? That's because they were getting to the green place and they were already there. It was...
Savage Dragon have a goatee. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's super hot and it's... Oh my god.
How's he able to grow facial hair? These scales.
What the fuck are they talking about when they say the salt? Oh, it's the ocean because it dried up. In the Mad Max universe, there's no ocean.
That's right.
They just call it the salt. It's fucking great.
Nick, I'm sorry. I'm picturing the filthiest things I don't want to repeat right now.
Fuck all this. We're all going to watch Fury Road.
I like we're all having 3 different conversations. But anyway, what I was going to say is Castle Rock's first 3 episodes are strong.
Okay.
And here's what they do right.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's a great show, but let me highlight what's so good about it.
Okay.
It is not solely focused on any character, it seems.
Okay.
Like.
So it's an ensemble
It's
type
an
deal?
ensemble, and the narrative just jumps around wherever it kind of feels like.
Cool.
The guy who played Stick from Daredevil, he's playing the only character that was originally created by Stephen King thus far.
Okay.
The former sheriff of Castle Rock.
Okay.
From Needful Things and The Dark Half.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember the sheriff from
Never read those.
Them stories. Anyway, he's like an established character that pops up.
Give me a break, man. There's so many Stephen King movies.
There's so many. Yeah. Then you have. Do you want like the general setup of it at all, like just to kind of get a wet your whistle on that?
Yeah, I guess so. Do we have time for that?
Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah. So it's a lot of it's happening in Shawshank Prison.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and there is the guy who plays Joker on Gotham. Oh no,
I don't watch Gotham.
Yeah, me neither. But
is he the fuck Batman?
No, I wish. Anyway, so a police. A
you
guard,
saw that trailer, right?
No, I just saw the.
I just saw that. Okay. Some shit, Nick. It's some shit.
A guard opens a basement floor.
Hang on, fuck this. It's like because I just.
Okay, go ahead.
The fact that trailer comes out the same weekend that Teen Titans Go movie premieres is the most jarring thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
Because what are you trying to say here? Hey, people who don't like the lighthearted, cartoony thing. I'm not saying anything bad about Teen Titans Go, but it's very lighthearted and hilarious to people. Not personally me. Either way. What are you trying to say, man? Yeah. Like that? Oh, you don't want that? We got this dark shit. We got this fucking edgy edgelord.
Yeah, it's my.
Hey, you know how Raven's a strong character? No, and this one she needs a man because her man, dude, like the trailer's story, quote unquote, like plot thread
Yeah.
is that Raven is looking for someone to save her because she is yes.
I don't get it. So they're trying to go for edgy.
Instead of
but
being
she-
incredibly capable of everything, but still having that inner turmoil,
She needs someone to help.
she needs someone to help her.
That's a bummer.
What? Wait, so it's.
You're gonna watch the trailer,
Okay,
Nick.
I'll watch it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll watch it.
Boy, is it not what you want for Raven.
Oh man, that really bums me out.
Yeah.
I'd
At least Teen Titans Go is true to Raven in that sense, but whatever.
Yeah, what a dark time.
Anyway, Castle Rock.
So
Castle Rock.
How is it?
It's really good. Skarsgård is in it.
Michael Skarsgård or
No, Pennywise, the guy who played Pennywise.
Oh,
is acting
okay.
In it. And so is Sissy Spacek, who was Carrie. She's
Wow.
also in it.
Okay.
They're not playing the same character,
Yeah.
playing different people, but so
Is this just some sort of jerk off show to Stephen King?
there's a bunch of like
That's really demeaning, but like
yeah, no, I get it. There is like a bunch of little throwaway things.
Okay.
And there's only one thus far that has kind of taken me out.
Okay.
There's a bunch of little Easter eggs and they're great and I'm
Yeah.
like, cool.
Yeah.
But they're so far the only one that
No one's going, look at this.
like there's a scene where when the prison changes wardens,
Yeah.
you look through a bunch of filings and it's like rabid dog goes loose.
Oh, okay.
Store burns down. That sort of thing. It's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, cool. I know what that's
It
about.
is here. That's what one should
The
say.
twins.
Yeah. The eye of the dragon has been found.
Reverend Flag elected.
Jack
Mayor.
Nicholson's T-posing.
What was this? Oh, but the one reference that I feel is just like a bit too much, and it
Okay.
kind of pull me out is there's a woman, there's a character in the show, and her name is Jackie Torrance,
Okay.
and she's an alcoholic. But to name a character Torrance in a Stephen King story is already like Are you saying that she's related to the Torrances, or is that just a throw out? Because also she's a drinky girl, and that's a Torrance family trait. And then also Torrances tend to have like a dark streak, and so there's like one line. So
now
like,
you're just waiting.
I'm waiting to see
Where's the dead body?
Because she has there's a literal line where she's talking to another woman in her home, and she says, "Hey, this is a really nice murder basement you have."
Oh my god!
And it's like, this could go either way, lady. This.
I would die to have your face.
Your skin would look great on my face.
And I think the
You're
other
killing it with your job lately.
there's also it's called.
I would love
Okay.
to eat your children for dinner.
Not even a. Drowsy Tiger, I think the tavern is still around.
Okay.
And they also make reference to the fact that this piece of shit is the same guy. There's a guy who's a real piece of shit. He's related to the bully from The Body. From Stand By Me.
Yeah.
So they got the same name. He's a real piece of shit. So, like, that's there. But other than that, they're original characters. And Skarsgård is just a boy who... he's called the boy, but he's he's our age. It's a very Cormac McCarthy-esque thing.
Okay.
But the boy is just someone...
It's anyone who's younger than you.
Yeah, exactly. It just
Or
was...
really racist.
Yeah. Skarsgård was just locked in the bottom of Shawshank. Like, in an abandoned wing of the prison that they opened, and they don't know why he is there, and he will not talk to anyone.
Okay.
And,
oh god, he's from, it's gonna be a thing where he's from, what's it called? It's the Dark Tower series. He can travel through portals. That's what it is.
I mean...
Boom, just ruined the show for you.
They have implied that they're gonna start
traveling through portals.
Yes, they're gonna start traveling through portals. Well, they have.
They're gonna open a door, and it's gonna be to a
roses everywhere.
Idris Elba.
And I never know how to feel about Rose, because on the one hand, I think she's super interesting. I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about it, though.
What Rose are we talking about?
I'm talking about split personality
Oh.
and a wheelchair Rose.
Yes. Who I always imagine.
Second book.
Zoe
I don't know, I've
Saldana.
never seen
I
it.
always pictured her as Zoe Saldana.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
never read it.
never put that one together.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know who you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's split personality. She's a
Anyway, it's been a
wheelchair.
while since I read the book, so
Yeah.
I never even finished the Dark Tower series.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well, the thing is, he was taking his fucking sweet time about it, and I get
Yeah.
that. But then he almost died, and he was basically told by everyone,
Yeah.
"You better finish that before you die." And it has that feel.
Oh,
it feels like, oh fuck, I gotta do it now.
Yeah, that always sucks.
That sucks. It
Yeah.
really sucks. Yeah. So the last two books especially feel
Okay.
very much like
Even though they're fucking huge.
they're huge, thick books that have no editing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're very little cut down on it. So here's another thing, though. I'm thinking, because if they did do Dark Tower, Stephen King could be a character on the show.
Yeah.
Because Stephen King is a character in his own books.
Oh, will they make one after the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Because the movie didn't do that good.
The movie didn't
No
do
one
that
liked
good.
the movie.
But
I didn't watch the movie, but everyone who did watch it said it. Like, don't watch it.
Frustrating. It was a bad time, man.
It sucks because I like both of those actors.
Yeah, I like all those actors. They were,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, Castle Rock's a good show.
Yeah,
You should
Mark
watch-
Bernardin writes it. I'm pretty sure. He's great.
I haven't read enough Stephen King to know what you guys are talking about. I just seen the movies.
It's basically similar. Did you watch Needful Things? That movie?
No.
Where the devil opens an
Watch
oddity
Rosemary's
shop?
Baby.
What?
Rosemary's
He
Baby.
didn't, I was about to say he didn't write that, but I just want to know if you watched it.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
You remember that movie?
My favorite thing to ever reenact in charades.
What was Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
How do you?
You just lay down on the ground like you're giving birth, and then you
have devil
you act
horns?
like yeah. I'll do that now. When the baby comes out, you immediately turn around and start punching it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
The thing I like most about Rosemary's Baby is for some reason it's the only movie that can frighten my friends.
Oh yeah.
We've watched.
Well, no one wants to deal with birth. Like it's
Yeah,
always
that's-
gross. Like birth is horrifying.
I've watched Antichrist with those people
Yeah.
by Lars Van Trier.
Okay.
You know that?
I know. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched everything, but there was a point in my life where I watched like all the scenes from horror movies, and like
Jesus,
that was up there.
Antichrist is just fucking. But just the scene of what did you do to his eyes? For some reason, scares my friends. That's funny to me. You watch the guy like bleed out of every orifice.
Yeah.
This is just like Satan is his father. Hail! Something about that's just. Anyway, watch Castle Rock. It's very good, guys, and it's utilizing the best novelistic qualities of Stephen King's writing.
Okay.
That it's meandering and slow burning, but it will give you payoff eventually.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. So,
Doing character stuff, honestly.
yeah, character stuff is really good. Cool. Anything else here?
No. Everything else in my life has been.
The streams take up a lot of time.
It's streaming and work, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What did
Sure
you
fucking is.
Cool. So what did you think of Kingdom Hearts 1?
What did I think of Kingdom Hearts 1? I liked it
Nick wasn't
up to
there.
the end.
I wasn't there.
I was furious. I was fucking furious.
Nick, I totally forget how quickly it just throws shit at you.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
It.
The door is light. It's dark. The door.
although we both agreed Ansem's voice actor is probably the best voice actor in the...
He's a really
or the best
strong
performance, like, in the entire thing.
What do you think of...
He chews it up.
Yeah, what do you think when they went inside that monster and then they had to find Donald and Goofy?
Oh, and you have to beat those little blue dicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. It was the most FF villain,
Yeah.
bad guy to fight in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
That ending.
Well, what surprised me, and I think I said it on the stream.
When you walk away.
you don't hear me say.
Please.
Baby.
Boy, do you care about Kyrie? That's the big one.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I
Right?
don't give a shit about Kyrie.
It's kind of annoying.
No, it's not even that she's annoying. It's the fact that you're supposed to care about her when like nothing's
I've been
happening.
given very little to invest in her.
She's just a magical pixie girl that showed up in Riku and
She's
like
the MacGuffin.
Sora. Yeah, but we don't see any of the magicalness or pixiness other than
We're just
sometimes
told.
she has other than we're told, and sometimes she has dialogue that like doesn't like she seems to be in a different world or like doesn't gel with what we're saying till the end, and she's like, why can't I go with you? And it's like Sora's like, nah, you're a girl, you can't go.
Yeah. And I think that Sora has a way better fleshed out relationship with Sasuke.
With Riku.
Yeah, Riku.
His husband.
Yeah. They have an actual like relationship that I kind of can put my finger on of what's going on, but Kairi, I don't automatically see what their relationship is.
Other than she's just a girl who showed up and introduced them to the other worlds. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
She's a plot device, Ian.
She's a plot device.
Okay, so what'd you think of? Did he get to the Fantasia?
Yes,
Yeah.
Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
It was beautiful. It was great to look at. I really enjoyed looking at it visually. It was great.
As a set piece boss, it's amazing. Like it's the coolest visual wise. It's the best. Just music starts up, and if you know the music, you're sort of in disbelief that it's playing.
Yeah.
Like, having said that, like I said, the actual gameplay in the fight's not interesting. That's really interesting. It's just a really cool thing to look at.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still cool that he's in there, though.
Yeah, I'm glad he's there.
He's still my favorite Disney character.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like, you guys. I know you did. Did you watch House of Mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Chernobyl as a character on that thing is the fucking.
That's amazing.
It's the best. There's that one thing where he's doing confessionals. I gotta tell people, I'm actually like really scared of ghosts. I don't know why they keep coming every time.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Yeah, afraid of the dark. They already said it. I don't know if people know. It's the only reason I summon light. Like,
I think the only thing I could really say is the amount of Kingdom Hearts that suddenly has nothing to do with Disney surprised me.
Right?
Yeah.
Because once you're done with what is it, like the princess part?
Yeah.
There's a good stretch of the game that there's no Disney.
There's no Disney character. Yeah.
It's just FF stuff.
Yeah, and then Mickey's behind
Well, it's
the
not
door.
even FF stuff. Those are all original characters.
It's all original characters, but it's in that Square Enix.
It's more of a Squeenix type deal. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you open the door and Mickey's there in his shadow, and then
and so like Mickey's gonna trap himself in the shadow realm. Like,
It takes two Keyblades to close the door, man. We got to that
both
point.
sides, yeah.
And yeah,
Why Riku doesn't go through?
not clear.
Definitely not clear in the first game. I think they say in the later games. I still don't agree.
Okay.
With their line of
as
logic.
a metaphor for depression, do you think?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
It's so dumb.
I was gonna say valiant effort. No, they could have tried
Yeah.
But again, like I think the biggest thing people
They start off fine.
They
Like I
started
get
with-
it. It's a positive trying to come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think they dropped the ball though.
Yeah,
like
that metaphor is super ham-fisty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go through Hercules?
Yeah, we finished. Hercules.
So that's the thing. There's still. Yeah, we finished the Hades Cup. That's the last cup we finished.
Okay.
I will show them all the bonus stuff on Monday before we start the next one.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So I have to do a lot of grinding today, and tomorrow. Fuck.
You're gonna hate Kingdom Hearts after this.
Dude, I was already telling you, like, I'm getting kind of sick of playing it.
You're
like,
getting burned out?
Yeah.
We can take a pause, bro.
No. Well, here's why. There's a reason why I probably won't get burned out in the second game, but we'll get into that one.
Alright.
That's true.
We are at.
But no, the end of the world stuff was cool.
It's cool. Cool set pieces.
You know what my I think my most valuable takeaway from this stream has been.
What?
I never knew that I could do Werner Herzog, and I'm
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy for you because I wish I had a Werner Herzog voice.
I do it all day. If I work at a drive-thru, that's all I do.
Hell yeah, right? What's kind?
I would like to take your order, but Wait, that's Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, that's Henry Kissinger. See, I tell you, it has to be a little lighter, but you have to breathier, lighter, and old.
Yeah, older. Hold on, I always start with the line from Grizzly Man. I have to go with. Jessica, I insist, I implore you, you must never play this tape. You must destroy it. Hello, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you with anything? Would you like a milkshake? Possibly. Do we do onion rings?
We don't serve onion rings.
We don't.
But I can tell you these chickens went through a very depressing life.
Their existence was no greater or less than your own. The universe is an existential void.
People still know who Werner Herzog is.
They surely they've looked him up by now.
They heard his voice.
It's yeah, they've definitely heard his voice.
You ever see that interview with Brendan Small, where he's like, why that character from the character in the Clock Opera. What he was like, I needed to give Werner Herzog, like I needed him to be in that thing, and when he does the voice acting thing, he was like, I just fulfilled like a childhood dream of mine, like recording him.
I mean, Werner Herzog is, I remember Werner Herzog did not have. Patton Oswalt was fired from Project because of Werner Herzog.
Really?
Do you remember this?
No.
So it's like. It's
I know Hannibal Buress like talked to him on a plane at one point.
Really?
Yeah. I believe it was Hannibal.
No, it was Mark Maron.
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron.
Yeah, Mark Maron talked to him on a plane.
Oh my god. It was Patton was doing a sketch of some kind with Werner, and the sketch called for him to be like calling him scum and lower than you are lower than a worm. Is all this stuff, and Patton kept just saying. I kept ruining the takes because I was just smiling every time he would do this. No, Patton, you're supposed to look sad. Oh, Werner, just, I don't care. Just keep talking to me. Oh, man.
So, yeah, no, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to the streams. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I wish they probably do more for part 2. For sure, I'll do more.
Having said that, I have to tell you guys this. I think I talked to a little bit on Nick, but I'll make the announcement official here. We will be having a camera now.
Okay.
Because when I put that shit up online, it gets copyright stricken to all hell.
Okay.
Which is why it hasn't gone up yet. And what I might do is I might just say, fuck it. Because I'm planning to monetize stuff really soon. I might just say, fuck it. I won't make money off of those 8 videos.
Oh, okay.
But the camera thing will help a lot.
Okay.
So we are going to do it.
All right.
So our faces will be made real too.
Okay.
Oh no.
You can see how much like a 32-year-old Japanese man Nick looks like in his drawing.
You're gonna really enjoy seeing 3 people be real tired. Real tired.
Why do we always make that joke that Chris looks tired? Well, because he looks like he's dying.
He's fucking dying.
All right. Anything else? Because we gotta start the Fully Cooley one.
Yeah. Oh no, I think that's
all right.
All right. We're gonna end the podcast here, and we're gonna start recording the Fully Cooley one soon. I mean, it should have come out the same day. Who knows what future Chris did?
Okay.
Thanks. I guess.
Bye.
Bye. Handsome.
Feel the power. Just feel the music. Feel the power. In your soul. You gotta feel the power. Just feel the music. Can you feel it? In your soul. 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 Fine booty.